What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 156 of Barz N Shotz, the podcast. You got myself, Flaw 700. Who the hell is this? Oh, you got Ant, the great one. And you got Jarrell. What's going on, fellas?
What up with you, Ant? Where you at, baby?
Man. What's up, y'all?
Fam, all I saw was a hoodie. Like, who the fuck? All I saw was a hoodie, no face. Who the fuck is this?
I don't got long, man. I'm gonna try to stay on long as I can, man. I'll talk to y'all afterwards and shit.
You in another disclosed location?
Right. Undisclosed location right now. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the perfect time to ask us how our mental health is doing.
Terrible. Fucking horrible.
Come on, terrible. Man, don't make me laugh so early. God, man.
It's terrible.
Man. Okay. All right. So, hey, man, since we ain't got you for a long time, but we got you for a good time, let's get right into the shits. I mean, what do we want to start with? This has been a lot of battling this has been a battling type week. So I don't know if y'all seen how I got the notes spread out, man, but this versus a lot of people. And I'm not talking about the brand versus. I'm saying there's a lot of people going back and forth with each other. So where do we want to start? Bow Weezy and JD. Arby's and McDonald's.
Well, wait a minute. We didn't talk about your mental health and my mental health. We just gonna skip us.
Okay, let's talk about it. How's your mental health, baby?
I think I'm in very, very good spirits, man.
Don't bring up the Knicks.
Don't bring up the Knicks. Well, can I bring up my North Carolina Tar Heels?
Talk about it. Okay.
Playing in the Elite Eight today against St. Peter's. You know, I know this is a Jersey Central pod, so St. Peter's is a sensitive subject now because they're in Jersey City and they're 15 seed for the first time in the Elite Eight. I hope we beat the brakes off them today, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're going against my squad today. So salute to them. I actually have not a story, but a connection to Shaheen Holloway, the head coach from there. I play him in AAU back when he was a senior and I was a junior. He was like the number one point guard in the nation at the time from Jersey, St. Patrick's. Now he the coach of St. Peter's, and he got them to the Elite Eight as a 15 seed. Man, that's dope.
Nice. It's pretty dope. Yeah, it is. Pretty dope.
How you doing, Flaw? What's up?
I'm doing good, man. Figuring shit out, man. As I actually had a good week. I ain't gonna lie, fam. I just realized, I've been fucking depressed for like 3 years. Like, I just been fighting that shit. Like, nah, it's gonna get better tomorrow. I said, you know what I mean? Like, you know what? Nah, fam. It's time to definitely take care of that, fam. You know what I'm saying? Just dealing with a lot of stuff, man. And using the pod as an escape isn't something I should do. I should actually really go get some help and make changes on my own. Not just saying, well, I got the podcast on Sunday, so that should suffice. But it's like wrestling, man. 1, 2, and you kick out at 2.9, and that's where we at with it. 1, 2. Now I'm kicking out.
You preaching to the choir right now, brother.
I'm about to hawk up.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? I'm about to get the adrenaline going through the veins.
It's crazy. You can tell y'all wrestling nerds. What the hell?
Niggas got me off the hook right now, bro. Niggas done came off the top rope, hit me with all type of moves, bro.
Kick out at 2.9.
I'm barely holding
crazy,
on, man.
That
like,
is the name of the
crazy,
pod.
but
kick out at 2.9. Remember when Macho Man hit the Ultimate Warrior with 5 elbows? Like, God damn, this nigga's dead. He's not kicking out.
Yo,
crazy.
Dude. And you kick out, fam. So we about to kick out of this, and we about to put it back in motion, man.
Well, hold on. Salute to Roland, man. Y'all want to put him on? I'll shoot Roland the link. I don't mind.
It's the second time he said he's asked, so he must got something to say. Come on, Roland. He must got something to say.
I'm gonna shoot you a DM, Roland. Hold tight.
Yeah, but because you know what? At the end of the day, fam, I was watching something else, man. And sometimes you don't know you dealing with shit, like because when you've been dealing with, you know what I mean, like, what's this called? When you've been dealing with disappointment, like all your life, like. Wrong. We all from the same spot. We all from the bottom. So we just learn to deal with the disappointment. But you get to that certain age where like I can do something about this shit, right? You get what I'm saying? Like, not you used to losing or used to working. I'll say working harder because you're going to get to where you got to get to. But for some reason, you find yourself working harder to get there when it ain't got to be there. And that's where I'm at. Like I'm doing triple the work. It ain't got to be that way. And you don't got to accept it because it's always been that way. That's my gem for the fellas, man. For all the men listening.
Right.
So that's where we at with that, man.
Fellas, if you listening, your wife is always right. You are never right. You are always wrong, bitch. And just deal with that shit, nigga. That's my gym for the day.
That's your gym.
that is a good gym, man.
That is a good gym.
He is correct.
So it's crazy when you think everything is cool, bro, and it's not. And you just like you left in the dark and shit. No, I mean that's a horrible feeling, man. Like when you think, hey, Roland, I mean,
what's up,
Roland?
You think everything going well, and you doing your best, and you putting your best foot forward, and you find out that your best has not been good enough. Like that's a kind of a humbling feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. Just being like not like thinking I'm doing my best and my best not being enough and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said what I said in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to make it right. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy that you say that, because without me going through it, that was the same feeling that I had after watching that Bel Air episode a few weeks ago, where everybody was like, Uncle Phil ain't shit. And as a man, you go, well, if I did everything, not saying this is exactly a situation, Ant, but if I did everything that you asked me to do, and even I asked you, did you want this? And you said, yeah, but it turns out 15 years later, that ain't what you really wanted.
Yeah, we're gonna.
You get what I'm saying?
It's nuts.
I'm finally caught up on Bel Air, so we're gonna talk about that.
I'm glad, bro. I'm so glad you got caught up on that.
Right, we're gonna have a Bel Air segment. I got a little image up and everything, just like we do Snowfall.
But that was my energy off of it. You get what I'm saying? Like, ain't like you just mirrored my thoughts, and it was just like, I know I ain't never been through it, but as a man, as providers, right? Period. As providers, your job is to provide. So if you feel like the family is thriving off what you're doing, and then the wife goes, "Nah, that ain't it." What?
Nah, it ain't it. And it's
What?
like it's like a slap in reality. Like, bitch,
What?
I've been going hard. Like,
Now, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Give me 5 seconds to register this shit. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that shit wasn't working?
Bro. And you know, and I'm not all I can do is just blame me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not
we know how to do.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let my wife take none of the blame. You know what I mean? Even if she may have some of it, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to just take it on the chin and just handle it.
Hey, yo. See, this is why this is my twin, fam. When you take personal responsibility, whether it's your fault or not, you know how much weight get lifted off you? Like, nah, I could have did this, but like this on me, even if it's not. But that was my thinking to myself. Like, I didn't tell nobody that. So for him to say that, like, again, it's just like, yeah, when you take the responsibility of the failure, especially of the family, it's just like, yo, if I would have did this, nah, it's not her fault. It's not their fault. It's me. I could have did this. I hate looking at things through hindsight. I really do. That's the devil, fam.
I mean,
I don't want this pod today to be down. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm in a weird space right now in life, but I'm okay. I'm good. And I want just to put some positive energy on the pod. I don't want this shit to be down today. I'm good, bro.
Every day it get better, man.
So hey, Roland, how the hell are you, bro?
How's your mental health?
Fine, man. My mental health is pretty good, pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? Everything is cool. Fam is fam.
I know who mental health ain't good. Jay mental health ain't good. Seeing you on the pod for a second week, bitch. He ain't good right now, nigga.
Hey, Roland, real quick, let me ask you. If your mental health wasn't good, would you tell it? Would you say it? Or would you just say...
You know what? Yeah, I would say it. You know
okay.
What I'm saying? You got to let it out.
Okay.
You got no. You have to let it out. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Sometimes you got to speak on it and just get it out the way.
Because that's where we at, man. That's where we at. We'll always go, yeah, everything's good.
Nah, fuck that. If you don't feel good, you don't feel good. And it shows in your actions. It shows in how you talk, how you speak.
Ooh, yeah, energy. My energy been trash. Yeah. What's wrong with you, Flo? Nothing. But yo, you can see, nigga, I'm trash. I am no good to the universe. Give me life. But if y'all ready to get into it, man, speaking of mental health, wherever y'all want to start, like I said, man, we got Bow Wow versus Jermaine Dupri, part 6. We got
these niggas here, boy.
We got Arby's versus McDonald's.
I actually got the if you played the commercial, right, we probably get zapped, right? For that.
Yeah, you can't play that commercial, fam. You two take us off.
I'm like, man, I want to push it because there's bars off, though.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
So let's get into Bow Wow first.
Okay, cool. I guess Bow Wow had a questionnaire or a 24-hour, basically he was just talking to fans on social media. And I think the question was asked was, what's your favorite album? And he said none of them. They all mid. Did you?
Well, I'm glad he admitted it.
I'm about to say, Bow Wow, I swear he me. Know what I'm saying? He tried to be me that day.
Yeah, so he was just like, he don't like none of his albums. I'm just paraphrasing the stuff he said. He wish he would have signed with Snoop. His favorite record.
Wouldn't have worked.
His favorite record was "I'm a Flirt" because he did it without Jermaine Dupri. And yeah,
nigga.
Yeah,
Let's talk about how
nigga,
the record "I'm a
without
Flirt"
Jermaine
was bigger with Tip and fucking R. Kelly in the morning. Like,
but I don't think that's what he's saying. I think what he's saying is, okay, here's my opinion. I'm gonna remove this away from Barz N Shotz. This is Flawed Dog's opinion.
Okay.
Bow Wow has a problem with him being a child. So if you listen to him, what he's saying, "Oh, I wish I was with Snoop, aka Death Row. Oh, my biggest record was I'm a Flirt." These are all adult situations in a sense. You get what I'm saying? Like none of that kiddie shit.
Yeah.
I think he's haunted by the kiddie persona that Jermaine Dupri put on him. And also,
you know what?
Go ahead, get your bars off.
I was just talking to my wife about this, you know what I'm saying? And I said, that's basically his fault though, because he stayed a kid for a long time. He started as a little kid, and a lot of MCs started little kids, you know what I'm saying? They in their teens.
He still looks
but they grow. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't really, his persona didn't grow. I mean, think about this. Think about Bobby Brown. Remember when he was by himself the first time king of stage?
Right.
And he had Girlfriend, the song Girlfriend, and he was outside and he's in high school. And next thing you know, he's Don't Be Cruel. It's Black.
Right.
He's outside, he's driving his car, he's walking to the club with his girl.
He met
totally fucking different.
But Roland,
totally different.
To Jarrell's credit, Bobby Brown grew. He still looks like little Bow Wow.
You talking about in height. You talking about in height.
In height and look.
His face.
His face.
You ever seen his kids? Him and his kids look the same age.
They're the same height, fam. His daughter's the same height as him.
I mean, hey. It sucks, but it is what it is.
That's
you wouldn't have been shit without Jermaine Dupri. Don't front. You know.
And also,
that is true.
Just to piggyback off what Roland was saying, was he kept it going. Well, that's where the money was at the time. Like, you can't stop. Bow Wow was so huge. What is he supposed to do? Say, I'm not doing this no more? Like, he couldn't be Little Sammy. Little Sammy went away, came back looking like a grown man. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Exactly. Mario too.
But they weren't as big as Bow Wow, so they were able to leave, reinvent themselves, and come back as, oh, damn.
He could have as well.
He stayed as he was growing.
He took too long.
Okay,
he stayed little Bow Wow too long.
That's where the money was.
What happened.
That's where the money was, though.
That's his fault, though.
That's his fault, though. That's his fault. That's his fault.
When you're the biggest child star, see, he had two things working against him. He was the biggest child star, and he didn't grow. So with that being said, there was no way he could stop being Little Bow Wow, because when he started cursing, this is me. Once again, I'm going to remove myself from the pot. When he started cursing, I said, who the fuck is this? This ain't Bow Wow. I could not respect it because I just knew the kiddie star. So
exactly, that's what I'm talking about.
If you an executive, you don't want to put money behind Gangsta Bow. You want the kiddie Bow. It's just what.
But he don't have to be the gangster though. He could just be someone spitting more mature lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Getting into some more shit. That's what he should have been doing instead of staying in that 106 in Park Lane where he was, Mr. 106 in Park. And that's for little kids. Seriously.
I feel you.
And that's what he said. He loved it. And he loved it. So don't front now. Talking about them songs with mid. Those songs made you do movies. You was in Like Mike, and you was in, what was the other movie? Lottery Ticket, and what's the other that was skating roll bounce? Yeah. You were doing your thing as Little Bow Wow. You wasn't Shad Moss. Whatever his name is.
I think Bow just said this shit because, nobody talking about him.
Yeah, he could be haunted. I totally understand because it could have happened to Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson moved on for real.
Michael Jackson had a growth spurt.
Yeah, he had a growth spurt and he had a musical spurt too.
I get you, but you're able to take somebody serious once they grow. Like, okay, this is a man now. Bow Wow still looks like little Bow Wow. He never became physically a man in the eyes of the public.
He never grew.
He never grew.
We treat Bow Wow like Webster. Remember
Well,
Webster?
I do. Yeah.
That's what we.
I remember
treat
him
Bow
being
Wow like.
on. I remember seeing him on Moesha. You know what I'm saying? As a grown man, even he was
Right.
always grown, honestly. But he was trying to flirt with Moesha, and she was looking at him like he was crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He was like 36.
He got a little. Yeah.
He was like 30. He was
And I
almost
was
40
like-
then.
See, my thing with Bow Wow, because Jarrell can attest to this. I put this in the group, and before I started clowning him, I wanted to make sure he was mentally okay, because the shit he was saying didn't make sense. He wished he would have signed with Snoop. When was Snoop one hell of an executive? Like, what is he? This is why I'm just saying he was never. This is why I'm just saying I think he's just fed up with his kiddie persona. You wish you would have stayed with Death Row. That didn't go nowhere. What is he? Why did he say that? Like, you get what I'm saying? I have no idea why he's saying what he's saying.
I guess he's saying that to throw shots, but you basically throwing shots at yourself, honestly.
I
you know
think,
what I'm saying?
I think him and JB had a problem behind the scenes, and this is him lashing out.
Maybe so, and I see that coming. But it happens all the time with these two.
Right. Because what he's saying really doesn't make any sense.
Does it? That's why. Let me check on his mental health first. Let me check on this guy first, because this nothing yet. We just watched him in the versus Soulja Boy, right?
And he killed it.
And you gotta and when somebody does a versus, you get a glimpse of their show. Like me personally, never been to a Bow Wow show, never going to a Bow Wow show. But boy, is his lineup nuts. And that's thanks to Jermaine Dupri. You're always going to get paid. Thanks to the guidance of Jermaine Dupri, because he the only one song that he said that was a number one hit, well not number one hit, but was a hit, was I'm a Flirt. The rest of your catalog is Jermaine Dupri assisted. Fam, this is the same thing when Kanye West say written or T.I. wrote a few, but thanks to Jermaine Dupri, bringing people in. But this is the same thing as Kanye West saying Big Sean or whoever shouldn't say nothing to me because I put y'all, because I, you know what I'm saying? Like, I put y'all on in a sense. How? When you can take your Bow Wow can take his catalog against any grown ass man and battle them in a certain sentence. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah, he can.
I don't understand. So that's why I had to check on that man's mental health, because bro, Jermaine.
You know how crazy this is? Remember when we was talking about Mason and Diddy last week?
Mm-hmm.
Mason ain't say I should have signed somewhere else though.
No, he didn't. He damn sure didn't. He couldn't say that. He looked stupid as fuck.
He just said you owe me some money. He didn't say I should have signed with somebody else.
In hindsight, I'm still going to where I'm going, because even Mace admitted to wanting to have a gold record, but it was Puffy's touch who sent it to triple platinum. This is a lot of this is the interview people don't remember Mace having. Well, I just wanted to go gold. Like, gold was the thing for New York rappers back then.
First the gold, and after gold the platinum.
Yeah, but gold was the standard.
Yeah, definitely was.
Because we wasn't going platinum back then.
Because we wasn't going platinum.
There was only just a couple of groups or artists, LL and Run DMC. That was it. Everybody else was gold.
Was it.
Fresh Prince and Will Smith. That's
it. Everybody else was gold.
Jazzy Jeff for the Fresh Prince.
But meanwhile, EPMP had 4 gold albums. So
exactly, and they were hot with that. They were fine.
And so artists coming in after EPMD, they were trying to listen. I just want gold. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you wasn't LL, you wasn't them. And Run DMC had been stopped, but the present was EPMD with gold albums.
That's right.
So artists came in with that gold mentality. It was Puffy who pushed Harlem World, Mace's first album, to triple platinum. And just like what Jarrell used to always speak on, like, you can go sign 112 to Def Jam, but you can't take Puffy's influence. Like, Def Jam looked at 112 like, who are these guys? This is not what I signed.
They won't be the same at all.
It won't be the same.
Not at all. It won't be. And you have to give Puffy his credit for that. Just like you got to give Jermaine his credit for what he did to all the groups that was on his label. You know what I'm saying? So when Bow Wow talks this BS about how his albums were mid and he don't like them, he don't like any of them, it's like, come on, dog. You know,
now,
you don't have to go there.
I will say this.
I mean, as a grown man, yes, maybe you wouldn't want to listen or rock to them like that anymore because you are grown now. But you were 12, 13 when you came in the game. That's crisscross age. That's illegal. That's the youngsters. They were all that, but they were all more adult sounding rappers, honestly.
Well, I will say this though. another thing that I hear from Bow Wow's displeasure is a lack of having a male real influence in his life. He did mention that Jermaine Dupri didn't teach him the game, and when Bow Wow was going through his phases in life, we was joking on him. One thing popped up in my head was Jermaine Dupri didn't teach this man nothing. And that was just my opinion. But I think that not having a father figure, not having a real strong man in Bow Wow's life is kicking him in the butt right now, which is why he can't. Yeah, and that's just my opinion. I just think that Jermaine Dupri was just like that producer, that friend. They were the same size basically, so they was probably just out fucking bitches and just doing partying and having a good time with life.
Short jokes we got off this.
I'm just saying.
It's like number 17 on the short jokes.
So, Jermaine Dupri didn't teach him the things that he needs now, probably didn't want back then. But Jermaine Dupri was a producer, not your father, and Bow Wow is searching for that figure. Once again, I wish Snoop would have what? When was Snoop? What was Snoop would have did? Snoop went with Barz P because he was broke. Like I don't understand. Not that this Snoop. No, I'm not. This is Snoop. I'm not. Snoop.
I'm about to say that sound like a shot.
But when you go, I wish I would have signed with Snoop when Snoop was like. I'm just trying to make it make sense, fam. Yes, you was on Doggy Style, but what happened with Snoop after Doggy Style? The murder trial.
Nothing. That's it.
Pac came. Dre left. Death Row was in shambles, fam. So what?
Damn sure was.
Where were you going?
You would have been shelved like Lady of Rage. Basically.
But he would have been a gangster artist, though.
No, he wouldn't have. Who the fuck looked at him that way? Honestly.
Think about it. He was the kid on that skit, cursing.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He would rather be a poor gangster rapper, but respected.
He couldn't be a gangster rapper though. Flaw, stop. Like he couldn't be a gangster rapper though.
When you say I wish I signed with Snoop, I'm just saying. When you say I wish I signed with Snoop, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting that he really loved that. Because how many times does he has to remind us he's the kid on that Snoop Dogg skit? He keeps telling us that. He wants you to know.
I'm surprised he even remember that.
Yeah.
He was little as hell. I'm surprised he remembered.
He must really love that right there. He loves that so much, you know what I'm saying? He's a part of that legacy. So he loves that, Mm-hmm. But he built his own, and that's the thing that he has to really cherish, you know what I'm saying? That he built his own. It might not have come out his way. He could, I say this. He's not, like you say, LL Cool J, who started at 16 doing songs like Radio or I Need a Beat and Candy and then growing up to Love You Better, talking about his wife. He's not doing that.
Don't put that up.
No.
Jarrell. I'm talking about Jarrell.
I don't know. But he didn't do it though. He stayed in that kitty age.
Rolling. Once again, LL has looked 21 for 40 years, fam. Hey. Even when he was 16, he looked like a grown-ass man.
He looked like a grown man.
He never was a kid.
He wasn't a kid to us, say that. But they were young.
Hey, but
now, the thing about Bow Wow is that Bow Wow's younger than all of us. So you're gonna look at him like a little kid, unless they grow. Nas is older than y'all.
I know.
I have no idea how old he is though.
Who, Bow Wow?
Around y'all age. He's probably around y'all age.
Bow Wow's a few years younger than me, which had me scratching my head like, God damn. Listen, Bow Wow like 37, fam.
Bow Wow was 35.
Oh, 35. Okay, I'm 39.
Yeah, look at that.
I'm 38.
You see that?
Like
you see
son.
what I'm talking about?
You look like one of your
sons,
man.
That's what I'm saying. Like Bow Wow 3 years younger than me, fam. Okay, but all I'm saying is yes.
Bow 35 is crazy.
Yeah, and he's still a child performer.
Yeah. Here's a better example. Will Smith started out with, girls ain't nothing but trouble. Parents just don't understand and this and that. But he moved up and he's gotten a little bit more mature with his music, when he decides to put them out. Summertime was his most celebrated song because it still gets played today after almost 30 years. And he's been able to keep going and keep going. Plus, he's a grown man, even though he was already grown. You've seen how he matured throughout the years from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to the movies he was doing.
Terrible
comparison in his movies.
Terrible comparison.
I wouldn't say that.
Terrible comparison. Let me tell you this. Will Smith left the game. NWA fucked the game up for NWA messed the game up for all of these child rappers. Will Smith left and came as the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now I will give you credit.
Broke. That nigga
He
needed
caught
money.
a lick. Listen, he caught a lick with Summertime. That is a
Yes,
lick.
he did.
He
Yes,
caught a
definitely.
great lick. That is the heist of the century.
Not many
Yo, but
MCs
all
can
he
say
did
It's
that.
was
the heist of the century.
Not many MCs can say
Man.
that.
He caught the heist of the century. There is one record, that and Dear Mama. It's going to get played. Listen, when Summertime comes back, Will Smith is going to get played,
Right.
and around Mother's Day, Dear Mama is going to get played.
Yep.
Those are the only
Yep.
two records.
Right.
That's
As far
true.
as rap goes, like those are two hits.
Look at all the goats that can't say that.
Now, for Roland, I'm saying that Will Smith still left and came back with Big Willie style. Like he was already a megastar, and he sold his
But that's
album, but he
that's
didn't
what I'm
sell
saying,
it to
though.
us though. You bought Big Willie style?
Yes, I did actually.
Oh
But
shit!
it wasn't bad. It wasn't
Hey,
a bad
my
album.
friend, I got Big
You
Willie
didn't
style
want to listen
too,
to
man.
it. Just because you didn't want to listen to it, dog.
I'm about
You
to
stuck
say,
in that.
niggas bought
Stuck
Big
in that
Willie
gangster
style.
age.
Don't front,
Don't
fam.
front, nigga.
All right.
For real.
All right,
Don't
okay.
front. We wanted to hear what Willie had to say. Know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You damn right. I remember him from Parents Just Don't Understand. So when he came out with something new, I wanted to rock that shit.
That Miami joint drop? Yeah, we bought that.
Yeah.
We was in the club at that time, dog. I don't know.
I
what
was
you was
outside
doing.
when Miami
Yes.
dropped. Not in Miami, but I was rocking. That's it.
I feel you. Will Smith is one of those guys who just, he caught a lick, man. Summertime is one of the greatest records of all time. Forget hip hop. Dear Mama is one of the greatest records of all time, man. You can't really name two other hip hop artists who caught a lick like that will forever stamp them in the history books. That no matter where they go, no matter what they do, you got to put that on record.
Shit, DJ today still do Rock the Bells easily. Peter Piper by Run DMC.
Hey, Mike, I was going to ask
you. Don't got that.
Appreciate you, Mike. Mike buying no goddamn Will Smith album. Y'all stop.
You
not buying them now.
You ain't buying them now.
Back then, niggas bought Will Smith albums.
Man, these niggas bought Big Willie style.
Selective memory, motherfuckers, dog.
Yeah, hold on. You dissing me for buying Big Willie style?
No, niggas bought Big Willie style.
Now parents don't understand. I bought Big Willie style. Yes.
To answer questions, why didn't we look at Lil Wayne as a kid? Lil Wayne came in and spit in the project bars, man.
Yeah, subject matter.
He was a grown-ass man.
His subject matter was totally different.
Yeah, man.
He grew, and he grew up. You seen him grow.
Yeah.
You seen him with tattoos and all.
He was talking about threesomes, putting tattoos all over his body, talking about getting money. It just was different, fam.
At 15.
You seen the growth. Yeah, you seen the growth. You know what I'm saying? You seen the growth in him. And he still looked like a little kid with tattoos on. But you seen the growth in him. To be honest, you didn't see that with Bow Wow. Yeah, he looks like a little kid with tattoos. That's what he does.
And also to answer that question, I'm going to say this is my opinion only. Lil Wayne did a lot of gang related activities. Well, on wax, like he really did. Just like, you know what I mean? Like he did it to himself. Like he really put himself out there for the change. You get what I'm saying? Like we witnessed his growth. When the whole Hot Boys left, we witnessed his change. And you know what I mean? He got on that mixtapes once he took on some things. Bow Wow don't got no mixtapes. These are things that already.
And I was just thinking about that. Yes, he didn't do that either.
Yeah,
he wasn't on it.
Wayne was dropping bars, yo.
Yeah, bars.
He wasn't doing that.
And then
maybe Bow Wow was.
And at the time,
he would have done
the favorite young spitter was Santana. He couldn't keep up. So you outspitting our young spitter. Think about it. Yeah. Him and Santana was I Can't Feel My Face, the dynamic duo. Then Santana disappears. Now all you got is Wayne. Now you already hooked.
Very, very odd pairing to me.
Well, Can't Feel My Face.
Yeah,
obviously, Santana wasn't used to doing those hard drugs. Wayne was.
Right.
He took him the fuck out. All right, man. So where we at, fellas? The beef week continues. I mean, we can go to Pusha T if you want.
Okay.
We can go to
that's hilarious, man.
Grammys.
That is so hilarious.
I won't play the commercial, but I got a little graphic still. Hold on.
Now, if I'm correct, Pusha T wrote
Yep.
I'm loving it. Yep, yes he did. Him and his brother.
And then Arby's came with the bag.
Like
and
10
we got
years
bars.
later? Like what, 15, 20 years later?
15, 20 years later.
Right.
It's all about
the thing, he just got a check. He just got a check. That's what he got. He didn't really get no residuals. He didn't do publishing. He got a check and they gave him, and he's like, all right, see you later. Now he feels the wrath. And he says in himself that he's upset that he didn't really go that deep into it. So now Arby's is sending him some dough. So he went there.
Oh, and keep it a
Man, hey.
stack. He's responsible for Arby's getting some dough as well. I think their percentage, like something like their stock market or something went up. Like it went up tremendously. Like Arby's became the spot to be, thanks to that lovely freestyle.
Yeah, you gotta love hip hop for it, homie.
You
Rock and
do.
roll couldn't do that shit though.
You do. And the crazy thing about this is we've been talking about how the art of battle rap might just be dead. This might be trash. But I guess it's based on content because we enjoyed
Yes, it
this
is.
Arby. We enjoyed this McDonald's dish.
Dog,
I enjoyed the
I
shit.
laughed.
Oh
I
shit.
laughed my ass off listening to this shit. I could not believe it. I was like, I seen it online. I'm like, what the hell is what? What the hell is this?
He got like 6 Coke references off.
Yes, it did. I laughed so hard. I was like, yo, this is the shit I love. This is the hip hop I love right here.
Did y'all hear the
Just go with
McDonald's
it, fuck
reply?
Yes, I did.
I heard
it
McDonald's
too.
reply. I actually should have
Yeah.
played that because we wouldn't
That
have
was
been sniped
funny.
for that. That was funny too.
That was fun. That was funny as hell.
Yeah, that shit was
The
hilarious.
hit 'em up shit.
Yeah.
But guess what though? Like I think this is going to be an ongoing theme. Like Burger King need to do something. They're getting slapped around.
Burger King is just taking shots for no reason.
Burger King, why is Burger King even still in business? They getting slapped around.
But listen, if I slap you around, I gotta let people know I did that though. See what I did to Burger King?
Yeah.
Burger
Yeah.
King,
Like, nobody talk about Burger King no more, man.
No more. No
It's
more at
crazy.
all, yo.
Yo, Burger King started selling hot dogs, fam. Like, what are we
Yeah.
talking about, man?
And croissant sandwiches.
They had hot
Why
dogs.
why do you
Oh,
have
man.
croissant sandwiches here, Burger King?
I don't know, man.
Shout out to Pusha T. He's got the album coming out soon. The best rollout. Like Pusha T couldn't ask for a better rollout, fam.
No, he couldn't. No, he couldn't.
You said he had album of the year, right, Flaw? You said you didn't like that.
The songs that I've heard, the promotion that I see is being this might be the greatest rollout of all time.
You know what? Yes, I am too. I think it has to be. It has to be the best rollout ever because who would have fucking thought that you would diss McDonald's and just to go there? It was like, yo,
the songs he came out with the second single he came out. That's not even on his album. That's on somebody else's album.
So it's his single. It's him rapping, but it's somebody else's record.
Right. It's a producer. Like it's a producer that got it's like a DJ Khaled album.
Oh, okay.
It has a whole bunch of features. Like the clips actually got him and his brother actually got another song that's on there too.
I saw the clips about United. It's got to be some positive gospel record if you got malicious.
Malice on it. Yeah.
They hear it.
Oh, he came back.
Now,
okay.
For me personally, I say this is one of the greatest rollouts of all time. It's just based on Pusha T would have done whatever he would have done based on him just promoting it to the fans that's already going to buy it. Like you're not really going to get new fans to come out and buy your record or stream it because you're Pusha T. Like you have your fan base. So his fans already know what he's got coming. They're going to stream and buy the project. But now you went out and joined this Arby's versus, which I didn't even know was a thing. But I guess if it's a restaurant, it's a restaurant. You can get the smoke.
Yeah.
If you got a drive-through, it's on site. You are out. If you got a drive-through. But now to actually put his face on this Arby's McDonald's thing, and I just think it kind of pushes it to the moon a little bit. To me, I can't promote myself to the fans that's already there. They're not going nowhere, and they're not going to get new fans in this culture. So that's why I think this is one hell of a rollout, man. Take note, people. This is how you get staying power instead of just dropping the project and disappearing.
Right.
Like, because this is the era that we in. Like, your favorite artist will drop an album on Friday and then act like and never promote the shit. And just like, this is it. Like, we don't get staying power. Like, we don't get.
Not anymore. No. Yeah. That time is definitely past. It's on you now to do your thing. Whether you on television or you doing this. That's the only way you're going to get it. You don't have to do it yourself because the record labels, which are basically null and void right now, now it's on you to handle your own business, for real.
Right.
So I give them props for this. This was a definite shock, and it's dope as fuck too. So you gotta love it.
Yeah, it's Push, man.
Yeah.
Like every time Push opens his mouth, like he doesn't have like bad songs and verses. At least I haven't heard one in a while. It's Pusha T.
But being in Pusha T, are we looking for him? Never mind. That's another question. That's another question for. I'm just saying, like, he doesn't have any bad records. He doesn't have a bad album, probably bad mixtape or nothing.
Nope.
But when will we put the expectations on Pusha to expand a bit? Like we know what we're going to
I
get.
would never.
But that's what I'm saying.
Never.
Like it is what it is. Like if it works, it works.
Right. I don't want him to talk about anything else.
Or change your flow. Or
Nope.
there's other things that he could change though.
I don't want. I'm good. I like Pusha T being Pusha T. I don't want him to change to anybody else. Like he's at the point. Like Pusha's not a young artist. Like he's 40-something years old. I think he's older than I am. Like I think he's almost like 45 or something like that. Like he's not going to change.
Gotcha.
He just look young.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Okay.
You know. Hey, what can you say though?
Speaking of, well, let's go to the age, man. We went from talking about a young guy who looks an older guy who looks young, to two legendary groups. Speaking of age, man, Onyx versus Cypress Hill.
You want to talk about that versus specifically, or the actual schedule that came out?
We can talk about that and the schedule that came out. I was actually looking on the schedule to see, is it possible that I would have been able to figure that out? You got the schedule. You got the.
Well, I got both.
You put the schedule up. Let's go schedule first. Versus is doing their yearly rollout, even though this is their second year anniversary. But we can say a yearly rollout of them letting you know what's coming for the year. And sometimes you get special verses in between. Like we didn't know Bobby versus Keith was coming. We didn't know who was the last verses. 3 6 Mafia versus Bone Thugs.
Right.
I forgot who was the last verses, but that came out of nowhere as well.
The last verses.
Stephanie Mills.
Mills.
Anthony Hamilton versus
Anthony Hamilton and Music Soul Child. That's right. Yeah, that was the last one.
And verses had a whole list, and that wasn't on there. So they should put schedule subject to change on here as well, because we just never know.
Don't we know that already though?
April, what's that say? 17th?
Yeah.
We have a Easter special, Mary Mary versus BB and CC Wyans.
That's gonna be lovely.
That's gonna be lovely. Interesting.
Whole bunch of collard greens is gonna be cooked that day.
Oh hell yeah. That's a nice
Chickens,
one right there.
Turkeys, hams, whole bunch of shit.
Gospel.
The house gonna be smelling good. Everybody.
Yes, it is.
Go to church, come home, grub, watch Mary Mary and BB and CC.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna see that.
I'm about to look at this on my phone. The vision is kind of a little small for me. Mother's Day special. What's going on the Mother's Day special?
It just says Mother's Day special, and that's it. May 8th. They don't have artists for that one.
Okay. Because I don't know why. For some reason, I saw Mary J. Blige somewhere, and I'm like, Mary J. No, it wasn't Mary J. Blige. It was Mary Mary. My fault. I just wanted Mary J. Blige.
You saw Mary J. Blige.
Like word.
I lost that one. And then the next one is on the 14th. Triller versus 5 Fight Night Music, and that's with I might as well put the other graphic up. That's when we got to talk about Cypress Hill and Onyx.
So are they cheating us? Because I don't see where it says Onyx versus Cypress Hill. Now maybe the first blurred out word could be Cypress Hill, but that versus ain't Onyx, fam. If you look at the graph,
should not go by the blurred visions anymore. They don't always match.
That's bull.
I think they be playing with us.
Okay, because that's what we be going off of, right? Like, damn. So what's 14 letters? Like, what artist has 10 letters in their name, or two words in their name? So we got Cypress Hill versus Onyx, and I'm torn between this.
Why?
I want to see it.
I mean, from where we from, this isn't.
You gotta love it.
This isn't a question who's winning this.
But does Onyx have 20? I know, but does Onyx have 20 of them? Onyx has.
Yes, they do. Yes,
okay,
they
Onyx.
They have a lot of joints.
Wait. Hold on. You're asking if Onyx has 20?
I think.
Do you know 5 Cypress Hill songs?
Well, that's what I'm saying, because where we're from, we're not supposed to know 5 Cypress Hill songs.
Okay.
Fuck not. Why you not supposed to know 5 Cypress Hill songs?
I was 6 years old, fam.
Fam,
nigga,
they
so
Cypress
what,
Hill,
dog?
fam. Stop
You
it.
know.
Come on, dog.
I'm not trying to disrespect.
Yeah, I'm not trying to disrespect them,
but they
fam.
still Cypress Hill, fam. I'm not supposed to know that many Cypress Hill songs. I'm from Brooklyn.
You know how somebody's a legend, but you just don't know their catalog.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
That's like us and E40. Like he's
Yeah.
not for us, fam. Like he's not.
That's exactly what I was going to get at, Jarrell. Like, we knew Too Short and E40 meant some shit.
Right.
We don't
It's
know,
just
but
not
we
for us,
know.
though.
But we know that means something somewhere. But when you put Cypress Hill versus Onyx, two groups from two different coasts, Cypress Hill should have went up against another member, another artist from the West Coast,
out there.
so it could have still gave you that E42 short feel, so we can tune in, because I can't see the same fans listening to Onyx.
I can.
Nah,
I mean,
you know what it is? I am older than y'all, so yes, both of them did thrive at the same time.
I mean,
yeah,
they
did, heard both.
but to categorize it as fight night music and them being on the same stage, they did.
They talk about two different things.
Though.
Yeah, but does it have to be the same type of music though?
We haven't.
Seriously,
this is the first time that Versus done that.
This might be the first time. At least Bone Thugs and 3-6 Mafia had a beef, and their era was together. You saying they thrived at the same time? I kind of disagree.
I was outside, like you said. You were 6 years old. You was in first grade.
I know, fam. So I'm saying when Slam came out.
Hey, you forgot Cypress Hill was in the Juice soundtrack.
Yeah,
they were. Yes,
which is probably the least song talked about. You want to make me disrespect?
Come on, dog.
You want to make me do it? I don't care what song they was on Juice soundtrack.
So
you gonna make me disrespect? What song was it?
Just Kill a Man and
right. How can I just kill a man? It's fire. But what song was they on the Juice soundtrack? You about to make me do something I don't want to do?
Shotgun, hand on the pump. Come on, dog. Don't go there, dog.
That's two. That's two. Give me some more. I'm saying what I'm saying to you is Onyx also has out of this world anthems. Slam is not a hip hop anthem. Slam is a anthem. Anywhere anthem.
Definitely.
And all I'm asking.
Insane in the Membrane isn't, huh?
Okay, but you just named me two.
Hold on though. Insane in the Membrane might be the number one song out of both groups.
How to Be a Rock Star, How to Be a Rap Star, whatever the song they did. You know what I'm saying? I forget the name. Yeah.
Once they get like the 13 though,
that's what I'm saying, fam. You're naming me three. I get that.
We have
13, we not gonna know any of them.
Check this out. You might not think you know until they play
it. That's true too. I do agree with that. It's going to be some songs that they're gonna play that I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about that.
Exactly.
I do believe that.
And that's what happens with hip hop. And that happens with hip hop all the time. Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of songs that people forget about. And it's like, damn, I forgot about this track. You see it all the time on Twitter. Damn, I forgot he did this. I forgot he did this.
So the question is, why the hell are they giving us two groups that we don't remember their music?
That's the question.
Now, so since you said that, we're like, okay, most everybody that's on the West Coast is not going to know all the.
They're not going to know Onyx shit.
So if we don't know Cypress Hill, they don't know Onyx. What is the point of this?
I think I got the point though.
All right.
What's the point?
The point of it is we just basically we gave y'all titles of certain tracks that these two groups have done. And they could be labeled as fight hyped up type of music. Like there's a fight happening. So when you say fight night music, maybe it's not them verses, but maybe it's them singing their records before a fight or after a fight to get the fight hype. That's what I'm saying. It's fight night music. Why is it a theme? Fight night music.
Oh, so you saying like they're not going to do 20 records?
They might not. They might do 20 combined just to get the fight hype.
Oh no, they better not do that, Flaw.
But there's a theme to this one though. Versus fight night music. What? Yeah. This is the first thing.
Right. Yeah, I see what you mean. Damn. So they might just go.
See it too. Yeah.
And is that the forum? Look like right. It says the forum. So that's the So. They like the Dipset versus Locks. There was a fight. There was a few matches before the fight, right?
Yeah, for the most part, though. I mean, it wasn't like when some of the ladies was going at it, and I think Music Soul Child and Anthony Hamilton was obviously different. But yeah, a few of them had like boxing matches before the actual concert.
Oh, remember Anthony Hamilton and almost everybody else had a DJ battle before there, so. If it wasn't boxing, it was a DJ.
But they do both. They have the fucking boxing match. Then they have the DJ battle. Then they bring the people. That's what happened like on Dipset and stuff.
I don't feel like DJ battle shit though, man. That shit is corny as hell to me. They need to get rid of that for real.
You know what's crazy? I don't hear DJs liking it.
Me neither.
Like I don't even see the DJs like that shit. Like
but aren't DJs?
I think they what it is they promoting up and coming DJs. I think if they want to do this. Get some people that people know and have them really go at it.
But look,
I would love to see that.
And maybe you guys can help me on this. when have DJs ever really lifted each other up? Like, don't they just compete?
the time.
DJs don't really like other DJs though, fam.
Yes,
all
they
they
do.
do is
Yes, they
compete
do.
with each other. Weird.
That's not true.
All DJs
Hey.
do is beef, fam.
Nah,
They
nah,
worse
nah,
than
DJ.
rappers.
Check this out, dog.
You just
Scratch
thinking
Vision.
about, you just thinking about like the Hot 97 versus.
That's all. Yeah.
You know, 109, like all that.
Scratch
shit,
and
like,
Kid Capri,
yeah,
like
yeah.
doing that.
No.
That's New York DJs like that. I get that, but for the most part, they don't be beefing like that.
You don't know. They love each other for real.
Or you want my
real.
spot? Or you ain't nicer than me? Like DJs is just as bad as rappers, man.
You watch Juice too much. You thought you was cute. That's what it is. you watch too much.
Don't have
Juice,
DJ
man.
Jazzy Jeff come and bust that ass though, for real.
See what I mean?
That is true.
See what I mean?
Yo, we do a real DJ battle. Who beating Jazz, yo?
No one, no.
That's what I want to know right now.
Exactly.
But
Jazzy
yo,
Jeff
I
whip
will
that
say
ass, for real, yeah.
about Onyx, I can only speak for Onyx. They got about 6 that anybody would want to avoid.
They got about
They got about 6.
Nasty.
That you-
They got
They got
about
some
6.
joints. They definitely got
Who
joints.
brags about a hard 6?
they should-
You know what? Before
you should have
the
thought about that.
verses,
They should think about that before they do a versus. Onyx don't got a hard. Onyx don't got a
You got-
20 that we care about,
A
fam. They
hard
don't.
6
you
is
got
nuts.
you got to go through their catalog. That's what you need to do. Stream their catalog and see what you remember.
Fam,
and
from the
just
top
go
of
from
my
there.
head, right? I can see Slam.
Their first album, Throw
Slam,
Your Guns in the Air.
Throw Your Guns, Last Days, React, Shut 'Em Down.
Ooh, shut them down.
What's that track they had with 50 Cent on it? You know what I'm saying?
That was React.
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 That's
Yeah,
React.
yeah.
That's not-
Walk in New York.
That's what we like. The
That was
React
what-
not
that was-
gonna get the reaction from the world.
Yeah, React.
Should have let 50 Cent come out there. You never know.
That's not
You never
happening.
know.
Man. Him and Sticky got fam.
They still got beef?
They still got
They
beef.
do?
They say they robbed Fredro Star. You don't be seeing them interviews, fam.
So-
Fredro
remember-
said he
I-
punched 50 in the face or some shit. 50 coming on
Now,
the stage, man.
instead of songs, let's talk about how you think these two groups are going to perform. Like how well do you think Sticky can rap compared to back in the day? You think he still got it? I ain't heard a bar from Sticky in 15 years.
And it's weird because I still see Fredro doing interviews. We haven't even seen Sticky in umpteen years.
I actually did see Sticky.
I've
in
seen
something
Sticky.
recently. I forgot what it was, but I did see him in something.
I
both
think he
of them.
can
Both
still
of them
do it.
sat down with somebody recently, yo.
Well, I know Fredro was doing Fuck Vlad. That's how I know he's still.
It might have been Drink Champs recently, not too long ago. I don't remember.
Hey, Rel, turn your mic up, Rel.
Okay.
I can hear you good, but
Mic check. I thought I was good too. Mike said I sound good. How about that? Mic check.
No, you good.
oh yeah. So what we saying? Oh yes, we haven't seen Onyx in a while. I actually do like that they're doing this though, for the simple fact that we have to let. How can I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Let the elders get their shit off.
Not the elders, but we can't just be all big matchups. We have to let the
No,
Cypher
that's
and the
right.
Onyx eat.
You have to.
And
Yes,
if we have to
you got
camouflage it with a fight night or camouflage it with another event, still let them celebrate their catalog. It just can't be all big matchups, fam.
That's true. Because
So-
look, hip hop is bigger than just Jay-Z and Nas. There's a lot of motherfuckers that came in the game that blew up and dropped off, but they got songs. And if they could do it, let them do it. Pull it off. Even if they
I
ain't got
understand
songs.
that, Roland, but we still got to sell tickets, fam.
That's true. But if you grew up in that era, you know the music. Like I said, if you
Still
were
gotta
around that
sell
time, you know it.
If we can sell tickets, I will put anybody on. It's
Hey.
just about selling the tickets. And if Cypress Hill and Honest can pull this off, I think it opens the door for what else they want to do. And I think that this might be that first one, to me, in my opinion. There's might be people who might not have liked previous matchups, but Onyx versus Cypress Hill could be that one where we go, okay, now we can bring in other acts to keep verses going and camouflage it with a fight night, camouflage it with a DJ battle, camouflage it with something else. Kind of like what KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane did a little bit. They brought out so many guest artists who probably won't have a versus.
You never have one.
But
Never.
we'll bring you out here just so you can be on stage and do what we do.
Exactly.
Perform in front of the world, because you're not going to get the opportunity to go one-on-one with somebody.
I mean, I wasn't looking forward to Soulja Boy and Bow Wow, but I watched
You
that
wasn't.
shit.
You wasn't?
I seen it. I was like, damn, Bow Wow got some joints. The same thing with Ja Rule. A lot of people were shitting on Ja Rule when he did his, and you seen how much people remembered when he did his thing.
I never
They was like,
understood why
damn.
people shit on Ja so much.
But come man, 50
That's
Cent,
super
nigga, you know
weird,
that. Come
man.
on,
Never got
because
it.
of 50, because of 50 and them. That's the only reason why they
I
did it.
wouldn't just say because of 50, but I just don't think he never had a relationship with the people. Like the streets. Listen, it's corny to say, but a lot of our big artists had a connection with the streets. It's just like what connection did Ja have? He came out hot with hot records, but there was no connection. You know what I'm saying? Like when you think of
I
Jay-Z,
understand what
you
you're
think of
saying.
Brooklyn, you think of the big Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, LL
Did
Queens, Nas Queens, Mobb Deep Queens. Like you think like
They
I'm
forever
connected
there.
to the hood.
They forever rapping. I never really
Right,
heard him say
right.
anything about Queens like that.
He
You're
rep
absolutely correct.
Queens.
But did he have
Who?
songs like?
Ja Rule?
Yeah.
Did he
He
really?
from
He might have
Queens.
said he was from
I know
Queens. He didn't rep. I don't know.
He
He never
want him
said.
to say. You want him to say Queens every fucking song?
I know it's
like he was
corny.
making
Nigga, they
songs
do.
about
I know
But
it's
raindrops.
niggas
corny,
do. Nigga, they
but
do
you
though.
gotta feed the hood with your bars. You gotta. Why
Marcy
do you think
Phil.
Marcy James
Marcy
always say
song ain't no
Marcy?
nice. Yeah.
Oh, like, bro, this nigga said Marcy in 14 albums. You gotta feed the hood.
LL is
Just
still saying farmers. That nigga live in Cali, dog. He still rapping Farmers Boulevard.
yeah.
It is what it is, yo.
Listen, if Big was alive today, I bet you he'd be screaming Brooklyn.
Bed-Stuy.
And he ain't been
Yep.
there. You know what I'm saying? Like he might have moved to
That
Jersey
nigga.
in 92, in
Yes.
94.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you hear Ja Rule, you just hear about you, Queens. You don't say that. You don't do that
See,
part.
you with your.
Just saying. You don't.
All right, man. Next we have the Memorial Day weekend. We gonna get off that. You up there sounding like the Cookie Monster, yo. We not doing it. The Ja Rule is crazy.
It's Queens in there.
All right, Memorial Day weekend. It don't, obviously it's blurred out, but that's the only one with a host. Like it's hosted by somebody. Like Steve Harvey hosted the the
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. So this one is a host, so that could be anybody.
Yeah. Could be. Who knows?
And they're having a versus live show.
Yep, a versus live show with special guests. Blank.
Special guest is a series, so it's not a show. It's something different. I'll say this. I'm not going to be a hater. I'll say this. Whoever, Triller, Timberland, Swiss, they signed on for the long haul. And as creators, you have to find a way to keep your brand going. For those of you who don't like this before it's being seen, I just ask for patience. Not saying it's my brand, but I get it as a creator. Like, how many verses can we have? How many rap artists or R&B verses can we have? We have to switch it up. We have to go by dates to say, hey, you might not get nothing for 3 months. You get what I'm saying? We cannot have verses every month.
No, you can't.
And do this type of schedule.
And shit, they might have to branch out and bring out NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, yo, for real. Get them white people up in here. They might have to.
Swiss Beats will not have such a thing.
I think he wanted. I think people don't want him to do that.
Yeah, people don't want him to do that.
I think Swiss wants them to kiss his brass ring before he said it, man. Justin has stole from the culture, and we want answers. Swiss want them to kiss his ass, fam.
I don't like how he did Justin Timberlake, though. I don't like that at all.
And if you Justin Timberlake and you heard that, you don't really need verses, fam. I'm still working with Timberland on my next project. I'm still in my prime. Like I can go on a tour. You get what I'm saying? Like unless, but I think that to Roland's credit, you might need that. But as far as Swiss and him being culture as he is, you just can't have both. As Justin Timberlake is looked at as the culture vulture, whether that's right or not, and as Swiss Beats being the gatekeeper to the culture, if you ask him.
Funny you say that because on the 19th, we have the Juneteenth special.
There's no Backstreet Boys. There's no
ain't no Backstreet Boys there.
Yeah. The white boys ain't coming, Roland. I'm sorry.
They're not coming, man.
They're not coming. They're not coming to that.
Yeah, first off, they're going to command the biggest first off. Are they not going to command the biggest bag Versus has ever dished out? Why would Swiss give air? I'm not saying that's why I brought it up, because they can do that. But if I'm Swiss, why am I giving that to the white boys?
I'm just saying, if the Backstreet Boys, if they really came back on stage like as a reunion, and that's the first time in all these years, you'll pay them what they want.
If
as
you
a businessman, you should. That'd be kind of dumb.
Besides Nas and Jay-Z, there is no living rivalry. Look, I'm gonna keep it a stack, fam.
Fizz and Christina Aguilera, maybe. You know.
Oh.
Backstreet Boys and NSYNC could have buried the hatchet years ago.
Yeah, they
They
could
could all
have.
be
Yeah.
best friends.
We don't
fam.
know that though.
We don't know that. Get
Yeah,
them on
they-
stage together, fam, and you give
they
them
on-
whatever
they
you
on-
want,
Yes.
They all Disney kids too.
Yes.
fam.
I'm
They
just
all
saying
could be-
I'm just saying as a businessman. As a businessman, if I could get them on stage, I'm giving them whatever they want. Flo.
whatever they want.
They have to. I have to.
And Swiss, you'll be okay. You'll be all right.
fine.
You'll be
You'll
fine.
be all right.
You could be black tomorrow.
Your streams, them fucking
on the
streams
White
will go
Boys
out the
tonight.
fuck. Yeah, they're good. They'll go through the fucking roof for real.
All right, fellas.
Everybody gonna watch that shit.
Then the next one is the first ever label matchup.
What does that mean?
What does that even mean? Versus
What does that even mean?
right. What's a label matchup? I'm thinking it could be like Cash Money versus
Cash Money versus
um,
No Limit?
versus No Limit.
Wow! Don't do that, man. Don't, cause this.
Oh, now
this
you cite.
but listen, you just opened the floodgates for Master P and Birdman to not show up, because that's the problem. I'm not from New Orleans, but anybody that's been around there will tell you it's always been P versus Baby.
Yeah.
If they don't have to show up and they're allowed to play the music like label versus label, that's the only way you'll get a No Limit versus Cash Money.
No, I think you would have to.
They have to be there, man.
Try
They
to
got
get
to
Baby
be
to
there.
do it. You think Master P is gonna have his music played and he not there?
He gonna have to. He gonna be there. He gonna be there.
P gonna be
definitely
there.
Gonna be for real.
He's
He
not,
gonna be there with a tank on stage, fam. He not playing. He
Nah,
might
you
lose,
are-
but he not playing.
you are right. Baby would be the one to be like, not saying Baby scared. I'm not saying.
No, I'm not saying he's scared, but he'll be the one not to do it.
He'd be the
That's
one
what I'm
not to show up because it's just out of his schedule, it's out of his way. What is he
Yeah.
showing up for? He's that
He gonna
type.
have rap snacks on stage. Like he gonna promote his
Yeah,
shit. Like,
he's showing up because he got shit to
Right.
sell.
he got shit to sell. man.
Mhm.
Niggas up there with the rap. Hey,
He
yo,
always
break
been
time,
like
break
that,
time.
man. The checks don't write themselves, man. I'm getting on stage with a tank and rap
Fam.
snacks. We gonna have Ciroc in the back.
Fam,
and
if
we gonna
I
keep
can
it
perform,
That would be fire. That would be
if I
actually
could
dope.
perform my own music, take a break, eat my own snacks.
right. Sit down in
And
the
look at
chair
you like,
eat
nigga,
your
what?
chips.
What? Yo, Silk, do your thing, dog. Get
Right.
that off beat flow off, yo. For real.
Hey, that is kind of nuts though, fam. If you watched any Cash Money or No Limit interview that's not Birdman or Master P, everybody blames P and Baby Birdman, P and Birdman, fam. Like, nah, man, we never really had beef with them dudes, man. It was just P and Birdman and see eye to eye, and that was it.
And then after
was
that, the
all.
last one, August 8th, it says 808 Day in partnership with Roland. Roland, what the hell is happening?
I have no idea, but 808 is the keyboard. So yeah.
808
If I was old
Day,
enough,
what
I
does
would
that
have packed
mean?
that shit. I don't know.
808
Beats,
could be Slip and
producers.
Slide versus
Yeah.
somebody.
Hey, have y'all noticed that Swiss has stopped bragging about the numbers after verses?
Yeah.
That's another thing that kind of opens up the gates for a lot of this creativity, because before it was about, can the verses outdo each other? Remember that? Oh, this one did
Yeah.
1 billion streams.
Them motherfuckers
And
need to start on time though, for real.
yeah,
That's
well,
what they need to
that's
do.
another thing.
That
But I
helps,
think
that
I think that not promoting the numbers and not saying that this one did better than the other allows you to have Onyx versus Cypress Hill, because now we'll just have it and there won't be no, oh man, Onyx and Cypress Hill did 10 billion streams. They won't.
I
Yeah.
don't
Like,
think they
don't
shouldn't
count.
have announced. They shouldn't have announced the numbers after everyone anyway.
Yeah, and they stopped that, and like I say, that gives them the now that we can have these smaller versus battles, we can have Memphis Bleak versus somebody. You know what I'm saying?
I think the only reason they did that though is because they could get a deal with like Apple
Facts.
and Triller and stuff. They made
Yeah.
it public just for that reason. That was it.
After the Triller
That's
deal,
true.
they did stop. Maybe Apple too, but after Triller, we didn't see no numbers. Oh, this
they
did
stopped
that number,
after
that
that.
number.
That is true.
So yeah, man, moving along. Shout out to Swiss and Tim and the Versus crew and Triller.
A question though, who would y'all really like to see? Who would y'all like to see? You know what I'm saying? Just off the top.
Cam
versus-
versus Mace. Cam versus Mace off the top.
Cam versus Mace.
Yeah. Cam by
Just off
himself for
some-
one. And there's history there. There's a rivalry. And I don't know if Mace got 20. Mace got features. Mace got 20.
Yeah,
Off
Mace
the
could
top,
do that shit.
without thinking about it, that was my go-to. Just because Mace is still on his tour dissing Puff and it's not working. Puffy's playing basketballs in the backyard, getting massages and shit. Yo, Puffy is hitting game-winning hook shots. Did y'all see that video?
Yep.
Mace is on tour promoting his "I Hate Puff Daddy" campaign. Meanwhile, Puff Daddy is crossing over in words and hitting hook shots.
Hey, yo, he hit a hook shot right. His feet didn't even leave the ground.
And you had
that's that Harlem in
Stevie J, like, God damn, this movie. You just see Stevie J in the background, like, shit, that shit going in, fam. Fuck. Yeah. So that's where we at with that.
I want to see a producer versus again. That's what I want to see. I want to see some producers get their shit off again. Shit. Who could do this? Shit. Maybe some West Coast producers. DJ Quick hasn't done one, has he?
Nah.
DJ Quick, no.
Well, like DJ Quick versus Battle Cat, maybe?
Yeah. Yes.
That'd be a good
definitely. One. That would be a definitely good one.
And DJ Quick kept a lot of things quiet about what he produced, and I think that when we get the stuff that he did, oh shit, you did that?
Yeah,
he did a lot of Death Row stuff too, man. Like Drake people that know, I think the three of us here know, Dre is up there as one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT. We still don't give him credit for everything that everybody gives him credit for. So if DJ Quick was to play a record or two that you thought Dre did, it won't surprise us. It just might surprise other people.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
He needs to do one. DJ Quick definitely needs one to be done. I would love to see him get his shit off.
What you saying though? DJ Quick versus Battle Cat. Keep it West Coast. This Cypher Hill versus Onyx is a little different, but we here for it, man. We here for the anthems, man.
Yeah, like to his credit, I wouldn't put like DJ Quick versus Eric Sermon.
See, it's not
thinking about that
don't make sense.
But yeah, two different flavors.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
That's just two different flavors. But when it comes to rap, if the shit is dope, it's dope. That's what I'm saying.
It is, but you can't mix. You ever seen a tour? You like, why the fuck are they on tour together? You get what I'm saying? Like
to do that though.
I know, but
they used to do that all the time.
They did, but some things don't make sense. Like I'm thinking about
making sense. Sorry to cut you off. It stopped making sense in the mid '90s going on because everybody wanted the same, and everybody was doing the same thing. You had all the Ruckus crowd, you had the Rockefeller crowd, you had the Bad Boy crowd, you had. But when coming up in the '80s, you seen Too Short, Kid and Play,
right,
Heavy D. You had a whole bunch of MCs, Naughty by Nature. You had NWA, all on the same fucking bill, handling their business, and they were cool with it.
Because hip hop back then, hip hop wasn't big enough to keep them separate.
Exactly.
Like they had to group them together.
And the shows were dope as fuck because you seen everybody. You didn't just see one type of hip hop. You seen everybody. You see the dancers. You seen the hardcore rappers. You seen everything. The visuals was crazy.
Yeah, and a part of the East Coast West Coast beef came from the West Coast will tell you they wasn't getting the same love from.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So why go on tour with LL if his fans ain't gonna fuck with Eazy-E because he got a Jerry curl? I'm just saying there's fans that don't.
But they weren't on stage together. They did.
No, but they would tell you in the 80s something like coming up, right? A lot of the East Coast, West Coast came from the West coming out and they getting booed just because they from where they
I know
from.
that, yeah.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. True. So like when you just want to mix shit together because we hip hop, sometimes the crowd don't want to hear your shit. That's what I'm saying.
You're right.
And like Wu-Tang in Rage Against the Machine. What the fuck was that? You get what I'm saying? Like, now, don't get me wrong. Rage Against the Machine.
Yo, that matchup is super nasty.
What it's like the white boys was out there just bopping their head because some shit was playing, but they know what the fuck they was listening to. Then Rage Against the Machine came out, and but you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it works. Sometimes and they didn't know who was, fam. They just open an act. Woo, we high my fit. They didn't know who they was, fam.
Yeah.
Let's get to the Grammys real quick.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Jay Prince. Yes, here we go again. It's just going to be a thing, right?
Grammys again.
It depends on who's getting mistreated, though, right?
Yeah, it is. That's basically
how it goes. So last week we kind of touched on this briefly about Kanye West not being banned from performing would hurt his chances of winning. We really didn't touch on why he was banned. We did, but why? A little bit. Turns out that Trevor Noah, I believe, who's hosting the Grammys, wanted something done about Kanye West, not banned, but something done, because I guess Kanye took shots at Trevor. And it turns out that the Grammy committee banned Kanye West due to not really understanding Trevor Noah's request. Now, maybe Trevor could be just changing it up now that he sees the backlash, but this was halfway Trevor Noah's idea. Jay Prince decides that hip hop needs to take a stand, come together, boycott the Grammys, this and the third. Jay Prince, and I'm going to read a little clip. Jay Prince urges Kanye West, Drake, The Weeknd, Nicki Minaj, and others to make their own award show to compete with the Grammys. Why can't they just bring prestige to the BET Awards? I don't know. But anyway.
You gotta think about black people don't own BET either.
My joint, I keep pulling out my headphone joint.
You heard me? I said BET isn't owned by black people either, though.
It's not, but it's
That's
not.
why.
It's still the BET Awards.
I get it, but it's still a Black Entertainment Award.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they've never respected that award show. Well, they never respected anything but the white man's Grammy Award. Let's keep it a buck.
That's true. And
they never respected no award.
What I feel about BET Awards is that as long as they've been around, they took too long to start one. They took a long time to actually start one.
Let's start our own, and then here comes the BET Awards, and you go rolling. Well, you took too long. What do we want? Let's bring prestige to our culture, even though it comes on our network, which we don't own, but still called BET. It's an all black network, which only Eminem gets to come to. Like, it has everything black on the surface. Like Jarrell said, we don't own it. We get that. But on the surface, it's everything black. You can't get nobody to show up. You can't get nobody to take that show serious. They have to pre-record it weeks in advance because black people want to fight all the time. That's why we get a shitty show. You can tell it's pre-recorded and the editing is trash. This is why black people don't really like doing their own thing, because we're real critical of the customer service against black owned. Right. We are very critical.
Yes.
The Grammys have always been their award. We won a Grammy. So it's kind of hard to actually turn your energy off when it just comes to being Grammys, unless you've been mistreated. Because who has been mistreated, if you let them tell it? Kanye West, Drake, The Weeknd, Nicki Minaj. He just named all the people who's had a gripe with the Grammys. Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj said that she was the hottest female artist in the world, and they gave it to this other. I can't remember who the artist that Nicki kept moving to.
So what, Nicki?
The Weeknd wasn't nominated last year or something. Remember The Weeknd went on his thing last year? Or you're gonna nominate me at all?
Album in the country for like all year, and then he wasn't nominated for one Grammy.
Yeah.
Man, that's fucked up.
He even did the Super Bowl last year. Remember?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
That's shady.
Now, our guy,
Jay Prince,
the current no, Nas Escobar, current hip hop Grammy champion. Nominated for another one.
That's right.
Scheduled to perform at the Grammys.
See the shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's looking at him. Mr. Hip Hop is dead. What is Nas going to do? Take a stand with him?
Hell no.
He loves his Grammy.
Yes, he does.
He loves his Grammy. He loves that
nigga from. Look, say what you want. When it comes to Queens rappers, they love that fucking success. They do. And they got a bunch of it. When it comes to the boroughs, they the biggest success when it comes to the boroughs of New York. So he's definitely going to perform. I don't think he's going to slight them unless it was something really, 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 really bad going on, like they did in like 88.
Is that something?
When no one showed up.
Is that something that we should just skip over? Is Queens the undisputed borough of New York based on success in hip hop?
I think so, honestly.
LL Cool J, Run DMC, Nas,
Kid and Play, Salt and Pepper, Ja Rule.
Okay.
Oh man, yeah,
all right,
a bunch of them.
Okay.
Yeah, when you talk about like how many records sold, yeah, it would have to be.
Yes,
especially Nicki from Queens.
Yes,
she is.
Yeah, so yeah,
Queens is the undisputed.
50 Cent. Yeah, okay, got
50
you.
Cent.
Damn right. That does not mean they have better rappers. I just
no one. Okay.
See,
don't say stop pushing the goalposts, nigga. Damn, I'm from the.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just wanted to be known. That don't mean shit.
That's why I didn't want to skip over that. I wanted Jarrell to get his little 2 cents in. Like, wait a minute,
hold on
man.
now, but yeah,
I'm from Brooklyn, nigga. Fuck that.
yeah, like you know, what I mean, they got their little joint, but you know,
Yeah.
Okay.
Brooklyn is a definitely close second. Seriously.
My bad for cutting you off, Roland. Keep going. Queens and their
No,
awards.
but yeah, they definitely going to go. That's why I like I said, the success of hip hop in itself gets shitted on when it comes to the Grammys, and we all know that. Back in '88, they boycotted.
right? I remember
when
that.
Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince won. They didn't show up. The only one that came to that show was Kool Moe Dee, and he accepted the award for them. No one else
Right.
came. That was it. So
You
it's
ain't heard
always
of
going to
Kool Moe
be
Dee
it's always a
since.
great.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, basically.
So
Yeah,
what's our
but he's the
stance
only
now?
one.
So what's our stance now? Because Nas is Mr. Hip Hop is dead. Nas is Mr. Street's disciple.
Hold on though. Nas isn't Kool Moe Dee, so Nas can do whatever the hell he want to do. That's a legend up there. You know what I'm saying? So I can't fault him for doing anything. Like whatever his decision is, I'm going with Nas.
Even if he was the one that kind of spearheaded the most recent change in hip hop, saying how trash the game is and we need change in the second, you know.
Right.
And now that you're winning, see, my thing is now that you're winning, now that you're making good music, Mr. Escobar, and winning Grammys.
Flaw giving Nas bars? Oh shit.
I'm just asking. No, I'm asking.
What is the world coming to?
But didn't he do this to himself though? Didn't he put himself in the corner? He's
Yes, he did.
disciple. He's all about hip hop.
Yep.
He just started winning. Now he's hype. He's performing at the Grammy, fam. This is not usual stuff. And it's coming at a time where hip hop is kind of looking at you.
Are you saying this is nasty though from Nas because of that? Like
He's
it's really
allowed-
nasty? Like
He's allowed
What
to
we
change
really
his
saying?
mind. It looks nasty when you listen. Everybody was minding their business.
When you said hip hop was dead.
Think about it.
That's
Everybody
right.
was on platinum. We started shitting on artists because of the jewelry, the music. Oh, you all play the same records. When everybody got at their height, that's when he said, "Man, hip hop is corny, man. We not doing it right." So I mean,
what happened? It's alive now.
I'm winning.
Who'd have thunk it, right? Like it's alive now, right?
Oh, it's
I'm
dope
winning
now.
Grammys.
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm winning now. Now it's
He
dope.
met Hit
Hell
Boy
yeah.
and hip hop like resurrected.
Yeah.
So hip hop ain't dead because I mean
Hey,
he
I'm winning now. Fuck that. Yo,
just
I'm
like what
winning now.
Jarrell said. 15 years later, he has directed. I mean, we talking about 2006 Nas. He has directed Change His Mind. It's just funny that, you know what I mean? And Nas could look at it a different way too. Where was y'all at when I needed y'all? Same thing. So I'm not saying Nas is 1,000% wrong or wrong at all. But when I wanted to, you know what I mean, change hip hop for the better, in my opinion, y'all said, fuck me. Now y'all want me to boycott the Grammys because Kanye can't get his way, Drake can't get his way, The Weeknd can't get his way, Nicki can't get her way.
Yeah, they don't got nothing to do with me.
They got nothing to do with it.
Don't. It doesn't.
I'm winning now. I'm the Grammy champion. And I'm going to defend my title. I'm going to perform. I'm going to kiss babies just so I can win again.
I'm gonna kiss
Performing at the
babies.
Grammys, man. You got to know how to play the system, man. Performing at the Grammys ain't no slouch. Oh, he's performing. He's showing up. We're giving it to him. I'm telling you, that's the rollout.
Royce the 5'9" got nominated last year. Freddie Gibbs got nominated last year. It's like shit. Who would have thought this would have happened?
That is true.
You know. So
D
maybe
Smoke got nominated last year.
Fam, imagine asking all 4 or 5 of those artists back then last year to boycott.
No way.
Fuck
It's
the
not
hell
happening.
no. They would have been on stage rapping.
It's not happening. Like first off, this is the first time hip hop nominated. This is the first category. It's the first time we've seen this category look as such. And you want me to boycott because you don't like the way Nicki Minaj got treated? Shit.
Right.
Exactly. And that's true. That's so true. You know, she's upset that she ain't get one yet. Hey, come up with something better.
Nicki hasn't won yet?
She hasn't won a Grammy. No. She hasn't won a Grammy at all.
Oh, but she racked up on them BET Awards and she still
she did.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
That's the only reason why she was showing up at the BET Awards, because she was winning.
But they say start your own, or all you care about is that one Grammy. It tells you something. You got 20 BET Awards, Nicki. What you mad for?
That's right.
Black by Black Entertainment Television. All right, so we'll see, man. The Grammys been getting pushed back for so long. I think it's like April 2nd or some shit like that. We'll see how that goes. We've been talking about the Grammys for months. They keep pushing it back. Snowfall.
Oh.
I mean, let's get into it, man. Yeah, Jerome, man. Everybody's uncle, everybody's bodyguard, everybody's muscle, everybody. If you start an organization, fam, you want to draft Jerome as the muscle, fam.
Yeah. He's my favorite character, though. That cat is a fool, boy.
So, episode 6, I believe, right? Season 5.
Yeah.
Episode 6, I believe. Part 2 of. Yeah. Let's just say they made everything right.
Fam.
Yeah.
This is
tiger.
This is terrible.
That tiger.
In the first 5 minutes, they got out that damn cage, man.
Yeah. Yep. For the first 5 minutes, the guy actually didn't know that he was putting himself in danger by climbing that fucking cage. Like, when you got a tiger that big, I think you should understand the protocol of what needs to be handled. And climbing that cage where you could actually slip and fall into it is one of them.
Fool.
Right.
Crazy thing about it is, right? Mike Tyson was just telling a story about how his tigers would sleep in the bed with him. Meaning that if Mike owned the tiger, I mean, he was actually around his tigers for them to understand, like, this is somebody that we're going to have to live with, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not saying that those tigers wouldn't have got mad in the middle of the night and just bit some shit, but this tiger did not seem to know who his master was at all. Like this tiger, he's got his backyard.
He had a Django tiger, nigga.
Yo,
like he just found this tiger yesterday and was trying to feed him.
Yeah.
Right.
Nigga, you ain't taxiderming me. Fuck that. Yo, I'm sorry. Sorry, dog. Nope. You ain't doing that here.
But they got out of that real quick, which is good. Like, let's get this tiger angle over with so we can get back to the real show. So I'm glad they didn't prolong it. And about the first 5 minutes, Gustavo, whatever is Uso, saw my man climbing the cage, decided to kick it, shake him off, move him off balance. Boom, he falls. His leg falls into the cage. Tiger rips his leg off. He's no more. The key fall. The key's got to fall, though, fam.
Yeah, they do.
The key's got to fall to get out. Because just him getting his leg bit off don't mean shit if them keys don't fall.
Right.
That's
just
true.
our luck, the keys fall.
Just our luck.
Just our luck, the keys fall.
Our luck, yo.
And just our luck, Franklin can reach him.
All also had to do was lift the cage up a little bit and he could stick his arm out and get the keys. Wow, they out.
That's all they had to do.
I hate this shit I hated this with a passion.
I still would have been shook.
This?
I'm like, fuck this. No, I don't know how the fuck we get out this cage, but I'm not doing that. I just seen a motherfucking man just get his leg ripped off. I'm like, damn. Woo!
Yeah, we were watching TV. If this was real life, it would have been a whole different conversation. But at the end of the day, that tiger was enjoying his dinner. So you can rest assured that you had a few, like a few minutes or an hour or two, because that leg was a feast for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So Franklin and Oso, they get out the cage. They're running around now trying to find payphones and all of that. They jack the wrong car.
Yep.
As they were trying to find a vehicle to get back to the hood, they jacked the wrong car. They actually tried to jack the car of the people that was actually chasing them in part 1.
For one. So those people were circling that
they were
same
hungry,
block.
Right. Now we're going to find
them 24 hours after they
niggas,
left.
Yeah.
Fam, we will find these putos.
And found them in the same exact spot that they left them in a day ago. Why would they still be circling that block, fam?
I don't know. That's a weird one right there.
You got to count your losses. Like putos, we can't find these homes.
Who is still circling the block? That's crazy.
Man, so
they wanted that money. Mm-hmm.
So make a long story short, they get kidnapped by the SAs. Franklin promised them some bread, but you got to take me to it because I don't know where the house is, but I can show you. They take them to the house. The tigers amazingly attacks the right person. Tiger had 3 people he could have jumped on. But the tiger attacks the right SA.
Right.
Yep.
Which allowed the guy with the gun to want to shoot the tiger, which didn't allow Franklin enough strength to knock my man out over the top of his head, take the gun. Only some shit. Remember, this is some shit we only thought MacGyver can do. Remember, we always say MacGyver. We used to yell out MacGyver. You know how we yell out Moss or Kobe?
Right.
This is some shit
Now
only
all of a
Kobe
sudden
can do.
Franklin turned into 007.
There were some things that only MacGyver can do that
That's
Franklin
true.
was doing on episode 6 of Snowfall. The tiger mysteriously, miraculously attacks the right essay. The other essay starts shooting at the tiger. Then Franklin knocks him out, picks up the gun, boom, boom, boom. Then they come back. Franklin leaves. Tiger's having another feast.
Yep.
Franklin calls Jerome. What's my man name with the corn?
Leon.
Leon. Call him Leon. They meet Franklin. Let him know what happened. Basically, they go back to go get Oso. They free him. Oso doesn't want to kill none of them. He's had a new look on life. He's just escaped death. He's just happy to be alive. I get it. Nah, let him live. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get it, fam. So boom, boom, boom. They still can't find Peaches.
Yeah.
They still ain't found Peaches.
They still ain't found Peaches. They pissed. They zeroed in on Peaches. Like, nah, it's got to be Peaches. This got to be Peaches. So make a long story short with that, after a few meetups, after Franklin's girl had a talk with his mother, she realized there's more important things in life. I thought she set him up and bailed on him because the plan didn't work, which still could be a thing. I don't know. But she winds up leaving Franklin's house because she doesn't feel safe. Franklin still goes to the hospital, the doctor's appointment, see the ultrasound.
Funny how she felt safe before that happened, though.
Well, I think it has something to do with the mother talking to her.
No, but I'm just saying she knew what the family business was already.
It could be different though when Mama Franklin say this ain't what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, true.
That's how I took it. Now you could be right as well. Like you knew all this shit.
But at this point, she told her about her past with her mom and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how much do you trust her now? She said she grew up as a con, like her mom was a con man. So this whole time could be a long con.
Well, that's what I was saying. When she left, I thought she left based off of, damn, this shit ain't, or she wiped him clean with the file, like, cause there's some money missing.
Right.
So when you pull up to the crib and she ain't there, like, oh, did you just leave with my $5 million? Like, are you really pregnant? But when she went to the hospital and we saw that ultrasound and he heard that heartbeat, it changes things, fam. You can say I got a kid coming all you want.
You see, I watch too much TV and too many movies. That could be all a setup too.
It could be.
Like I don't trust her at all, man. Soon as she said that she grew up and her mom, like she grew up being a criminal her whole life. Her mom used to just travel the country taking men off. Like so why would I believe her? Like you got to think about why they put that in the story. Like
so are we saying that doctor visit could have been Fugazi?
It could have been, yeah.
Maybe so.
I'm with you.
Definitely could have been. I don't trust her at all.
Because of the way they introduced her.
That's why I'm like, is she showing yet?
No, she wasn't. She had
right, that whole ultrasound could be fake.
Man. She had 6-pack ass when she lifted that shirt up. Wasn't no belly enough.
That's what I'm saying. That whole thing could be fake.
Living in there because you definitely ain't feeding it.
And after seeing a tiger rip a man's leg off, I'm not putting it past her being like phony and taking him for his money. I'm not putting anything past him. John Singleton ain't here no more. I'm sure he can get conned just like a tiger just ripped a man's leg off in the beginning of the episode.
Right, because it's how she was introduced. When Snowfall went off last year, he was actually at the school with his ex, the one that shot him. He put the cane down, and he was, a free man, about to restart his organization. And the new writers and executives had decided to push the episode 2 years in advance.
Right.
Franklin learns how to fly somehow. Like we be wanting to see shit like that.
Where do you get his pilot license from?
We hate that. Yo, now he know how to fly. Even though when you fast forward to 2 years, we can put it together. But that's not what we do. We complain about shit. Oh, when did he get his pilot license? Oh, when did he buy this house? Oh, when did Louis and Jerome become? You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't get to see them. We just saw them separate from Franklin. We didn't see them make their bread. We like the small details. So it just might have been bad writing from the writers the way to start it off like that. We don't trust his girl because of how she was introduced. Fam, season 5 just started with her smiling. I'm pregnant and I'm Franklin's girl.
Right.
Who are
I'm pregnant.
you?
I'm Franklin's girl. Hey.
Yo, we're family here, right? Like we watch show. See, when you watch a show, you watch their acting like growth. Jerome, Louis, We watched them
That's
grow.
right.
Like Franklin grew a fucking peach fuzz on his chin. Like we watching these dudes grow. Leon,
That's true.
we all know where everybody come from. You can't
That's
just be a staple in the show now. Pregnant.
Right.
Like, that means you're not going nowhere.
All
We
of a
don't
sudden.
know you.
that means you're
right.
not going anywhere. Right.
That means you're not going. So okay, so we dealing with the ultrasound. We doing this in the third. So now the streets is talking. Listen, might not be peaches, but somebody just came home, and you might want to go check that out. Franklin goes
That's
and he takes Leon to, I guess they're playing football, and he meets up with Kane. Now I might got to go back to watch a few things, but Kane said apparently Franklin and them did something to one of his peoples. I can't remember who they was.
It's Kevin. Remember their man Kevin?
Kevin sounds familiar. Was Kevin the one that got killed at the park because Franklin shot him because he wanted to shoot?
Shot him in the leg, and so he bled out and died. So that was their man, right? So Kane is his older brother.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
The three of them used to run under Kane until he went to jail.
All of these shows write the same shit.
So we got a new villain.
Yeah, so we got a new, and his name is Kane. Funny thing is, this is the same guy that's on that the Los Angeles Dynasty show on Netflix. I mean HBO Max.
I still haven't watched it yet.
If you're not watching that, please watch it. Excellent show.
I heard it was good. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
So this character, he's getting his bread right now. He's on HBO Max and he's on FX, getting his money. Do your thing.
Hey,
nice,
great.
So yeah, him and Franklin have a stern conversation. They have a talk. They're not gonna do nothing in front of the kids. But the conversation, but what we still need to figure out though is how did he know all the drops? I don't think he disclosed that information, right?
Nah.
So we still don't know how he knew where all the drops were going to be. And that could still be Peaches.
I'm about to say maybe he got Peaches.
Maybe he got Peaches. And now that we think that Peaches is on them drugs, Peaches can easily be bought out. Or Peaches might have been working with him from the start. Jerome, who brought Peaches in case you forgot, which is why he's kind of like upset because the Peaches is the snake who actually connected all of that stuff with Kane. You know, Jerome feels some type of way.
Of course.
Jerome's going through it. He putting the pause on people who's looking at him the wrong way. Teach a man how to squabble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everybody's favorite part, man. You don't fuck with Jerome, fam. Like he puts the pause on. Like imagine him being that big for nothing. Like, nah, I have to
imagine him being that big for nothing.
I have to be who I look like. I have to really be him. Like that's how you get respect in this world. So shout out to Jerome, man. I was hyped on that part just for the fact, you know what I'm saying? Because that's my guy. If I'm Franklin, he's on my team. That's my guy. And even though we might not see eye to eye most of the time, that's still my uncle.
Hold on, I got the video. Hold on.
He got a Franklin one time.
Teach a man how to squabble.
The guy he pulled off on.
I forgot
he pulled off on him quick as hell, man. That was dope.
Squabble, yeah. Yeah, man. So that's really, I think that's really, oh yeah, and that's how it goes off, man. Kane. So now Kane is the new villain. Hey, yo, for 2 weeks, I've seen people really try to put this on Scully. And I think that was the dumbest thing, fam. Do we know Scully's background? Scully. Like they try to
No.
like,
Why would he be doing this?
Man, have we had not seen Scully in the front seat?
Right. Like Scully would have been there. Scully would have been like,
yo, you don't feel them vibes?
Right.
You don't feel them vibes?
It's cold in here, right?
It's cold in here, right? You don't feel them vibes? Nah, something wrong. Not just random shootings. Scully does not do random anonymous shootings. He will let you know that's him in the front seat with no mask on. Pop, pop, pop. Feeling vibes.
Exactly.
That's who Scully is.
I just lost audio from y'all.
Huh? What he said?
Roland said he lost audio from us.
Oh, okay.
Something happened. He tried to get back in.
So that's where we at, man. And Snowfall. Did it bring back its prestige, or are you still kind of feeling some type of way about the tiger? Like, what are we doing?
I mean, because of the tiger, it just shows me that it can go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's a good show, obviously. So we want to make it. We're gonna watch regardless. But the tiger scared the hell out of me though, because that means they could literally go anywhere, fam. That story did not make any sense. Whoever wrote that, what was the point of it?
Do you think they jumping the shark?
I don't know. Like I'm just saying, like, why would you write that tiger in there? What was the point? Just so he can get away because of the tiger again?
Right.
That's true.
Like, what was the point of any of that?
The simplest thing, like we said last week, would have been to just have them kidnapped by a gang, show
Right.
me where the money at, outsmart the gang.
But the same gang ended up kidnapping them anyway.
Yeah, basically what happened is what we said.
Right. So what was the point of it? Like, it was just stupid. Like, they just wrote that in for no reason. Now all of a sudden, Kev's older brother is in town that we never heard of.
Right.
So
yeah.
I don't know. We'll see how it is.
Well, he gonna learn the hard way. It's not that Franklin and them got the manpower, but he's still the CIA. And Teddy might be having second thoughts. He's still stressed. That bullet shot. That shot took him out.
Right. But
if
now he got
thinking that he set this up, boy.
Oh nah, he didn't set that up. But now that you know, he's gonna be back, obviously. But the lady that hemmed him up, she gonna start working with him now. At least that's what I got out of it.
Oh, I thought she wanted a relationship and 500 grand. I just thought she wanted.
Nah, it makes it seem like that she wants back into the operation, like she used to work with him before.
Yeah, right.
And now she went straight, so now it seemed like she getting the itch again, like she wants to work with him again.
Yeah, because she's seen those kilos she found in the trunk.
Right.
She got the itch, like, oh, I need these parts of this because this is where the money at. Franklin, what did you think of the last episode, Roland?
I love the last episode. It was cool for what it was. It was really cool for what it was.
They cleaned it up, or like, did they get back? How did you feel about the episode previous? Like, were you okay with the tiger being inserted?
I laughed at the tiger. I couldn't believe it. Because it was something.
This is Snowfall. Are we supposed to be laughing at Snowfall, yo? How you laughing? Like, you're not supposed to be laughing at this show. This is supposed to be a comedy.
Yeah, you broke in the wrong man's house, and you see what he's doing.
It didn't make no sense, man. Like, you got all these dead animals hanging on your wall, yet you're unprofessional when it comes to the tiger. It doesn't make sense. I don't.
Nope.
He looked like somebody who talks to animals on the grand scheme of things. How could you be so stupid to fall into the tiger's cage? That's my point. You don't have a tiger that big. Man, did you see the size of the tiger? You don't own a tiger that big unless that tiger is, I guess, was familiar with you. Like I say, we know of a Mike Tyson who owned multiple tigers. They slept in the bed with him. And I don't know how he did that. Maybe he had them as a cub and he raised them. Don't know. We just look at tigers and lions as vicious animals. Sometimes we look at dogs like that. Like, dogs could turn on you no matter how you raise them. But if you raise them, they be man's best friend. This tiger had no relation to the owner at all. And he was
all I keep thinking about it is Hangover.
Yeah, right.
Right. Like, again, Snowfall is not a comedy.
Yeah.
Teach a man how to squabble. Shout out to Jerome. Any more feedback on the Snowfall? We ready to spin off to another show?
Nah, we can get in Bel Air, man.
Bel Air.
Our first Bel Air recap. Hold on.
Bel Air. I think this is like 9 episodes in.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
And I finally binge watched it. I think there's only 1 episode left. I think they only go on 10 episodes, right?
That seems to be the thing. A 10 episode season, 8 to 10.
They got a second season on the way, so that's good.
Oh, so they already got picked up for a second season?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, that's dope.
Easily.
So, because this is our first time talking about it, and we've all watched the original Fresh Prince of Bel Air, what's our thoughts? Because this came from, and we're going to touch on it too, but this came from a random video being made by an upcoming director, producer, or creator, I'll call him, which was not meant to be serious, but serious. Will Smith just so happened to see the video, call the guy up and say, what do we need to do to make this work?
Right.
Here we are.
Video too when it dropped.
Huh?
I seen the video too when it dropped.
Yeah, we all.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, we said, oh, but guess what? That it wasn't backed by Will Smith then.
Right.
No, nobody knew nothing.
Yeah, somebody just made that trailer just out of
yeah.
That's all he did.
So then, Fresh Prince, hey, what do we got to do? And then boom, we got Bel Air, the remake of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. So what's our thoughts, man? Like, we know he's not Will Smith. We know he's not Carlton. That's not Hillary. That's not Vivian. But where we at though?
It's the best reboot I've seen.
My favorite character is Jeffrey, yo. Jeffrey, that dude. But you know, he had to get rid of Jeffrey for good reason though. He went behind his back.
Fuck that.
You got to, man. He worked for you. I understand why he got rid of him. But that's his man though. So you could tell he coming back though. He got to.
Yeah.
He's coming back, but if you're talking about the last episode, maybe he did have to go, because if you remember that conversation, right? Uncle Phil, who has not been as hands-on, Uncle Phil seems like the type to throw money at situations.
Right.
And if you think it works, then it works until it doesn't, which is kind of like the conversation we was having earlier, to where Jeffrey broke it down to him in ways that I didn't see it. Like, okay, your son Carlton has, been struggling with things. You haven't been there. Your wife wants this. You haven't been there. Right. There's a lot of situations where you think because, well, I'm Philip Banks and I got money, my family lives in a mansion, everybody's good, but you're not as hands-on. Jeffrey's the one's hands-on. Jeffrey's the one's having a conversation with the people. Jeffrey, but then when Jeffrey knows what your wife wants, it's like, okay, well, Jeffrey, go take an extended vacation. Go take an extended vacation and let me figure this shit out.
Right. He had to get rid of Jeffrey, though.
He had to get rid of Jeffrey.
He had to get rid of him. Because Jeffrey was the man of the house. Like, oh no, like we can't do that. He became something he wasn't supposed to become. That's why.
Yeah, when everybody goes to you for hey Jeffrey, this is what I need. Right. That's what you strive to be. You strive to be that. Why y'all going to Jeffrey? You come to me. Well, Jeffrey's always been the one that's taking care of business.
You heard Carlton. Yo, where's Jeffrey at?
Yeah. Yep. He was looking for him.
And you heard Vivian, like, if I go do my painting, my art, who's going to do anything with the family? You get what I'm saying? And it just, and once again, a lot of times, a lot of men get caught up in this, fam. And
yeah, I didn't like she did that though. She was just using him as an excuse again.
You ready to talk about it? Because I am. This shit pissed me off for weeks, fam. And I went back and forth with women who were trying to justify her stance.
Right.
I'm just on the side of this, fam. For those that don't know, there was an episode on Bel Air where Aunt Viv wanted to get her groove back with painting, right? So Michael Ealy, that's his real name, correct?
Right. Yes, that is.
He's a guest on the show.
His name is Reed on the show.
Huh?
Reed.
His name is Reed?
Yeah.
These Reeds ain't no joke, fam. If a character's name is Reed on the show, he up to no fucking good.
They picked the right motherfucker.
That's Teddy old name, Reed.
Hey, yo, Michael Ealy, on the low though, he becoming like a real typecast creep.
But that's what he is, though, right? He does fit that description, though, right?
Like he the only light-skinned, green-eyed creep in Hollywood, yo.
Because let's keep it a buck, fam. Women don't want to date green-eyed, light-skinned men, but they wouldn't mind having to fling with a bad one,
right?
But they don't want to marry you, like you light-skinned with green eyes. but you can be bad. From time to time. Hey, fellas. Black bald head men, we fam. We ain't going nowhere. We are the ladies' choice. We are the ladies' choice, fam.
You see what he's doing in the show? Uncle Phil got it locked down in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he do.
But as you can see, sometimes the light-skinned and green-eyed guy gets his off from time to time. Got accepted. So, Aunt Viv, out of nowhere, she later explains it, but out of nowhere, she gets this itch. Oh, yeah, her friends. Damn, Viv, why you stop painting? Why? Boom, boom, boom. Then here come Reed on his bullshit. Like, damn, why you stop painting? Let's get it popping. So then Uncle Phil, here's the thing. Was Uncle Phil wrong for using their funds to put money in his campaign? Yes, he was.
He definitely was.
Yes, he was.
I don't care who fit, he was wrong. But Aunt Viv uses that situation to go visit Reed, right? This is how they play the game. This is how they play the game. So Uncle Phil After he makes the mistake, realize it was a mistake, and babe, I will change anything in this world you want me to change. Just let me know what it is. Now I feel it's too late. Meaning Aunt Viv already knows she wants to go hang out with Reed. So Philip, you fucked up. Now let me go fuck up because don't apologize yet. It's one of those. So don't apologize yet.
I'm not ready.
No.
Yeah, I said I got to get my shit off.
I'm not ready to be good with you yet.
I'm not ready to be good with you because I ain't do nothing bad yet. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's apologize together.
That's right.
Let me go through my shit first.
Let's apologize together.
You're apologizing too quick. You didn't even let me leave the house yet. God damn. So she goes out and parties with Reed and a whole bunch of other people. It's a painting event. Uncle Phil's not stupid. He understands something's going on. And first off, Uncle Phil reminds me of the guy who worships his girl. I think he thinks Aunt Viv is the best woman in the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's the vision I get. He don't want to lose her. She's all of that in a bag of chips. He loves his wife, even though he might not know how to lead his family. That does not make him wrong. You got to tell Uncle Phil. You get what I'm saying? Tell him what you want, and he'll do it. Unfortunately, if you tell him something that you don't want and he gets it done, it just leads to 15 years of resentment. That's how I took it. So Uncle Phil pulls up. She kicking it with Reed, Aunt Viv. Uncle Phil pulls up. Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What's going on?
Uncle Phil ain't showing no hate in his blood. He ain't jealous. I like
cakes look delicious.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Uncle Phil, see, for me, stuff like this is
beautiful.
Facts. But guess what? You don't get to see that on TV because the black man is typically supposed to just flip shit over and go ape shit, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Uncle Phil walked in there, still stood up a straight posture, didn't worry. Didn't bend his
back. He didn't raise his voice, but you knew exactly what he
didn't
was
raise
saying.
his voice. Facts.
Get the fuck away from my wife. That's basically what he said in lawyer, cool, calm, and collective terms. He basically saying, get the fuck away from my wife. I don't like you. I know what you've been about because he brought up his past relationships. Like he basically said, yo, stay the fuck away from my wife, yo.
Uncle Phil could have took this 20 different ways.
Oh, he could have
called the peoples and had his party shut down.
Right. He rich enough to do anything he wanted to, but no, he showed up himself with a tie on and said, stay the fuck away from my wife.
Stay away from my wife. So Aunt Viv wasn't feeling that. They go off and to this room or something, and they're having this conversation, and Uncle Phil goes, well, all he ever wanted to do was provide for his family, which is the typical man. Give me the opportunity to have my wife, my mother, whoever not work again. Let me do that. Or my kids don't need. Let me do that. To make a long story short with that, Aunt Viv apparently told Uncle Phil she quit painting because she felt like she had to be there for the family and the kids, right? That's what she said.
Yeah.
But Uncle Phil said, his response was, this is what I thought you wanted. You get what I'm saying? That's not saying he's right or wrong, but it's just like he never said, Viv, I'm working now, quit your job, I got you. He didn't say that.
Right.
What he said was, I thought this is what you communicated to me. This is what you wanted. Well, Phil, this is what I thought I wanted too. And that's where I get emotionally invested because I'm one of them men. I don't do signs. I don't do
Neither do I.
half truth. I don't do half truth. Tell me what you want so I can build it. It's the simplest job you can ask for your partner.
Right.
Tell me what you want and I'll go get it.
I can't read your mind, baby.
Can't read your mind. The episode then goes off by Aunt Viv sending Uncle Phil home while she go back downstairs to party with Reed.
And he left too. He was like, all right.
Yeah. Go home, Philip. Once again, this is TV. I think there's some things you can take because fellas, are we going home?
No.
Hell no.
Okay. Once again, this is television.
No.
Sometimes you take from television what you want, and some things you go, well, that part's bullshit. I'm not going home. So you can just stay here with Reed.
She went back downstairs to the bar, fam. While they were pouring each other's hearts out, laying on the bed, she told him to go home so she could go downstairs.
To go back to hey, yo.
The disappointment in your face.
Fam. And I
You
had
look so disappointed, fam. That's funny as
I
hell.
had women fighting with me because of just this women thing that this is what they do. Some of them are not 100% honest with what they want, and when they find, it's just like when you're fed up. Forget why I'm fed up. I'm just fed up, regardless if it's your fault or not.
Yeah.
Like, cause I had women tell me how dumb Uncle Phil looked when Vivian told him this is not what she wanted. My response is, which
How
could
dumb
be
he
true.
looked.
Well, he didn't receive it quick enough. He was trying to defend himself.
Right.
He was trying to defend it. But what I'm saying to you is, if you think that this is the truth for 15 years, and you come to me to say this is not what you really wanted, it's going
Out
to
of
fuck
nowhere.
me up. It's going to change. It's going to fuck
Right.
me up in the
Definitely
beginning.
is.
I'm gonna work on it. Give me 5 minutes though, babe. Because
Well,
you just
it seemed like she was mad at him for letting her quit.
yeah.
That's what it was.
That's exactly what it was. So at that point, you gotta ask yourself, can you really be mad at me? Like, you should be
It's-
mad at yourself.
It's always.
Like, she was just insecure about her work.
Ant the Great One said it best about 2 hours ago, fam. It's always going to be his fault. It's always going to be his fault.
Yeah,
Now-
that was weird. That's what, at least that's what I took from it. And
Me
and
too,
She,
yeah.
And she knows it, and he knows it too. Like, you could tell.
Now, just to not to spin off of that, because last episode I caught what she said to the original Aunt Viv, and what was that? I think that was Will Smith's original mother on.
his
Yeah,
mom
that is.
on the
That
show.
was.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Vi.
Oh,
Vi. I'm sorry. So
Vi.
when she
Yeah.
spoke to the original Vivian and Vi, what she said was, "Yeah, I felt like I had to do that, right?" And then my nephew Will came down with this energy and unapologetic energy.
Right.
So she admitted that it was Will Smith's energy that put the light
Battery
into
in the
her.
back.
But she tried to blame it on. My thing is, she tried to blame it on Phil.
Right.
That's the part. It's just like, I believe this, fam. If you let somebody talk long enough, they will tell you the truth
True.
of what their real intentions are. You saw Will Smith, and that's another thing. Don't be mad at me because somebody else has more energy than me. Like Uncle Phil seems like a very laid back fellow,
Mhm.
and then here comes a Will Smith who's free. People
And 16.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
He was 16. He's a teenager. Like,
and he's a teenager who don't know nothing about
He
real
should
life
be free.
responsibility. He should be
I'm
free. He
saying.
got no bills, no
right.
responsibilities.
He
Like,
should
no
be bouncing around that mansion he never seen before in his life.
facts. But if you Aunt Viv, I just saw Will and okay, but don't put this on me because you get what I'm saying, because new energy came into the house. Like he's inspiring all of us, just like I hope that we're inspiring him. Like he's got Carlton. I mean, like Carlton is becoming cool. Don't get me wrong. Like Carlton, the first few episodes,
No,
You
it's
wanted
not
to
the
fight
first
Carlson.
2, fam. It's like the first 8. He didn't became cool until the last one. And
Okay.
that's just because Will talked him down from not using that day.
But
That's
he
the only
still-
reason he started liking him.
he still has. Well, come on, Ayo, Jarrell, you didn't feel
still has his
bad for
issues.
him when he was. You didn't feel bad for him when Lisa was up in the house having sex
No.
with Will.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
No,
Because he's the reason why they broke up in the first place.
no, but not in
Exactly.
the house. I get it, but not in the house, fam.
What
If
do you
my
mean not in
ex
the
is
house?
I'm
going
gonna
to,
go.
You made it seem like it was in his room.
it's my fam. Hey, yo, okay. If I'm dealing with a girl and we break up and we having a party, I don't care what house we in, and then you go dip off with the new boy, and I find out you're having sex in the same house I'm in, I'm gonna be some type of way. It's still my
They
ex.
got a mansion. He's not even in the same wing.
All right, okay.
If
Nah,
I'm
fam,
smashing in the left wing, you in the right wing chilling. What's happening?
you can't do that, fam. Y'all got to go get a hotel. So see, that's just me. I'm not from Bel Air.
But yo, after you push me in the pool, though, don't you think I have a right to? After you push me in the pool and you know I can't swim, don't you think I have a right to smash when I want to smash?
Okay, so why was
no.
Will looking like? So why was
You
Will
almost killed me, fam. That's attempted murder, fam. What are you talking about?
So why was Will looking guilty coming down the steps?
Because he's 16. I'm grown. You talking to me?
I'm grown. I don't give
He
a
was
fuck.
16. He always looked guilty.
He does.
He does.
Yo,
He always, yeah, Will Smith always looks guilty.
I
Yes,
remember
he
I
does.
told you in the chat, I was pissed off. See, like a lot of people been just watching this, week to week. But I binge watch all of these in the past like 3 days, right? So to me, I noticed that this nigga cried. Out of 9 episodes, he cried in 8 of them.
Real life has been happening to this man.
That's a lot of real
Fresh
life,
Prince
man.
anymore.
And yo, he cried at 8 of them, but he not the messed up one. Carlton is.
Yeah.
Will the one that should be taking Xanax, fam. How many times you go cry? I'm like, damn, it's 5 minutes in. This nigga crying already.
Shout out to this picture that you got up there. I'm glad you got it up there. Shout out to Hillary Banks. Who
whoosh?
God.
What's that? Who whoosh?
Just when you thought Hillary couldn't get better.
Oh. So I'm guessing you like Hillary 2.0 better than
The original Hillary was a bad
they got to upgrade.
Hillary Point 2. Woo.
2.0, yeah.
Hillary Point. Yeah.
She's a looker. Yeah.
She's not as dense as the original Hillary.
Not at all.
I'm glad they changed that.
Jazz
ain't
nowhere
stupid either.
near
I'm glad they changed that.
Carlton, I believe, definitely had big shoes to fill, and I'm happy that they actually took it this route. Like he couldn't be Carlton.
Sam,
I mean, he
was
couldn't
like Darth Vader in the first 7 episodes. Man.
I get you, but you had to go.
The most evil midget alive in the first 7 episodes. I hated this little nigga. Yo.
But you had to go different though. Like Carlton would have been the hardest. I think Carlton would have been the hardest to reboot.
Nah, but I mean, you don't have to. Let's just say this. I'm not saying that he's supposed to be, like the old Carlton, but you didn't have to turn him into like a Sith Lord. Like you didn't have to turn him into that most evil person ever. Like he was just glaring at this nigga in a distance. How many times like Will was doing something, you see Carlton just just looking at him and shit. Like how many times they're gonna do that? They made him seem like he was an evil villain the whole series.
What's he doing here? Why he here?
Right.
If y'all notice, they're taking a lot of moments from over 5-6 seasons of The Fresh Prince and turning it into one season. So we're actually just getting those moments. Like in probably season 3, Carlton was getting high. Probably in season 2, Carlton was jealous of him and Lisa. You know what I'm saying? But they're just taking everything at one time to put it into one season. So I'm thinking since season 2 has been renewed, it might be fresh material. Because these are all remakes.
Yeah, they changed a lot of stuff because Lisa in the first one, that was Nia Long, right?
That was Nia Long.
Yeah. There was no triangle between it. Was none of that
at all. Like it just happened to be. I think it's a random name. They just happen
Lisa?
to be Lisa.
Lisa's in the first one. Because Lisa's in the first one, Roland.
Yeah, I know that. I know she's in the first show, but she was in college when they met.
Right. Yeah. They were in college when they met. I remember that.
Yes, they were in college, and
well, that's what I'm saying. They're taking all of the 6 seasons of The Fresh Prince, and they're putting it into the first season of this.
They just mixing everything around.
Yeah, because we've seen so many different scenarios from the other Fresh Prince of Bel-Air series already in here.
Because I remember his friend that came from Philly in the first one. That was Don Cheadle, right?
Yep.
Right. That was Trey. I don't think that was the first season, or if it was the first season, he wasn't in the show that long. At all. So now his dad is coming, and we all know what happened.
We all know what happened
in the first one. So you got to think about how did they change it now that it can't be like the first one. So that's not going to happen.
Well, Jarrell, one thing for sure, 2 things for certain. He's going to cry when his dad.
He's definitely going to cry. He's going to cry when you first see him. He's going to cry at the end of the conversation. He's going to cry after.
They got to skip that scene, fam. That is a legendary classic scene that nobody should touch. Why you don't want me, man?
Because that's gonna be like he needs. That's like his Emmy nomination. Like he has to. That's that scene that's coming, fam. You know.
Okay, so let me ask you this because
it's a legendary scene in television history.
You said King's Disease 2 can't win a Grammy because Magic is better.
Right.
If he does not outperform Will Smith, why doesn't he want me?
What happened? Is it trash? Like the whole show trash if you can't outdo it?
That's going to be his golden moment, man. If he can't outdo that one scene, I think he should skip over, fam.
But I guarantee that's coming, and that line is going. They have to say that line.
That's
if they don't, they drop the ball.
Make me cry.
Damn.
Like
because they had mad lines and mad references. I caught mad references from the first one that they did on this one. Like some of the stuff that they said and some of the mannerisms that he do.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he talked, and some of the stuff that even some of the lines that they said in the first one, they do in this one too. It's just different.
I got one little fight.
That line has to come.
My mom got scared.
Right.
Did you catch that when he?
Yep. There's a lot of references from the first one.
Damn. I'm not watching that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna watch it. It's if he do it right, I ain't emotionally available for that scene, fam. If
We gonna skip right over that.
you do it right, fam. I'm not prepared for that shit,
A
fam.
lot of people said that the conversation between the two sisters made a lot of women cry. Like they relate to that. Like Vi and Viv.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's real shit. That's what I'm saying.
'Cause
Like
that's
when
real life shit.
the Uncle Phil situation, the sister situation, like that's some real shit. Like I like real life situations.
You know
Like
what's weird though?
Actually,
What is happening with the dad? Like, what the hell could he have done for them to act this way?
I have no idea.
They made it seem like they I don't know, framed this nigga for murder or something and tried to get him out of
the
there.
first one, he just broke out, just like they saying he did this time.
Right, but this one
What
they
did
got
he
like
do,
a whole
though?
file on him, fam.
What
Like,
did
he's
he
not
do
just
to
some
break out?
broke
Though? 'Cause I
trucker.
missed that part. What did he do to break out? Because that's the part that I missed. Like, what was he?
Well, in the first one,
They never
he
really
just left.
said. He just left.
He just left. Like,
Well,
he
they
just
have to.
abandoned that.
They have to say what he did now because they have a file.
They
Right.
have
And
to.
can't
this
just
one,
let
like,
that
they
shit
make
go.
it seem like he was some criminal or something. Like, what he did was crazy. Like,
Man,
he
I'm not
can't
gonna
come
lie.
back in his life at all.
They make it seem like Uncle Phil put this nigga in the slammer, and they don't want.
Right.
And they don't want.
Yo,
that
I
to come
told
out,
wifey the
man.
same thing. They make it seem like Uncle Phil put him in jail and put him in jail on purpose just so he would not be in Will's life.
Yeah.
Like, it make it seem like they did something foul to him.
He might have been beaten by ass or something.
Took
And
something.
Uncle Phil handled it. Think about it. Everything Uncle Phil has ever said was, well, I sent you money. Well, I sent this. Like, Uncle Phil is the type that you call when you want shit handled. He got Will out the shit.
Nah, see, but Money wouldn't have did that because he got Jeffrey on it. The last time he got Jeffrey on something, Rashawn
That
ended
motherfucker
up
got clapped.
dying that we didn't even see on camera.
But they're not saying that his dad is dead. So
Now I know, but Jeffrey could have did something to him though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he didn't kill him, but he could have put him up somewhere, or like he made it seem like he knew exactly where he was.
or they could have just been on some, here go a few dollars, don't ever come back. That could have hurt. That could have hurt as well. Like, yo, my dad's been missing and he's gone because you told him to come back.
Right.
Because if his mother wants to tell him about his dad, like there's so many, like I don't want to go to the extreme, but I'm thinking it could have been some domestic violence and something could have happened and Uncle Phil handled it. That is the only reason why I could think Aunt Viv, Uncle Phil, and Will Smith's mother is that involved. She can't do that. That means Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil had something to do with this.
I don't see how nobody's talking about how maybe because it's the first couple episodes, so I didn't see a lot of people talking about it with Jeffrey, right? In the beginning, they said that they gave Rashawn, the dude that wanted to kill Will in Philly, they gave him $10,000.
Yeah.
And he said it wasn't enough and he's trying to get more money. So Jeffrey leaves. Then the next episode, they said Rashawn ended up dead out of nowhere randomly. But nobody connected Jeffrey to that for some reason.
We did.
Okay. I'm about to say, because ain't nobody talking about Jeffrey being no damn Navy SEAL, fam. Like this nigga.
We knew that
That man's an OG.
the running joke was
007.
Right.
The running joke was Jeffrey ain't made a dish. Oh,
right. He ain't did nothing. I ain't see him dust nothing.
Oh nah.
But
I figured that was, we all knew that. We all knew who killed my man. Like
okay.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Jeffrey put him out of his misery, fam.
So if that's the case, right? We have to know that he's coming back because how do you fire somebody that do stuff like that for you?
Exactly.
Because he's not from this country, no green card, loyalty. Like he's not American, so he doesn't.
You think Jeffrey can't survive without a green card, fam?
What if you listen to the conversation that him and Phil had? He said he left his kids behind and some shit. Like there's some shit happening with Jeffrey.
Right.
Phil might have helped him out.
I told wifey I want to now I want a Jeffrey
a spinoff.
Yeah,
what?
Not a spinoff, but I want a prequel. Like how you get there, fam? Like
you know how like some shows have one episode dedicated to the character. You want a Jeffrey episode?
Yes, a whole flashback episode of Jeffrey. Yo, some young dasher nigga just whooping people ass.
Holding it down for real, man.
Right.
Who?
Jeffrey's been holding it down.
Yeah, Jeffrey been holding it down. Now that he's not there, like I need to know where he going and what is he doing.
Yeah, it's nothing worse than not being hands on, like you say. Like you give the world to your family, or so you think, and you have Jeffrey look over the family, which is a beautiful thing. So you think, but when you're not hands on, the people, your family can feel that, and as they get older, they just like don't come talk to me now. Like now you want this from me, and now you want that from me. So it's just a learn. It was a learning curve for Phil. They changed Ashley up, which of course that they would. She doesn't get that big of a role.
Yeah,
She
she
got a
barely
I
huge.
think
even.
he will
She's
later on,
barely in
though.
it. I don't know.
I think
I
he will
mean,
later on.
You can
they
do without
they had
Ashley.
to
Like,
they had to turn her like bisexual in order for us to even care about the character. Like they're not writing that much stuff for her yet, at least.
Not yet.
Like she's gonna get in trouble like next season or something. Somehow.
Oh.
They gonna have to.
Her and Will were the closest. So
Right. And they don't even
on the
seem
show,
like
on
they're
the
that
original
close on
show.
the show.
No, not yet.
yeah. I mean, with all the and it's crazy because these episodes were like 40, 50 minutes long to where the original episodes were like 30. As to why they can't fit Ashley into these episodes
Right.
is beyond me. Even though she was one of the main characters, like they did a good job with fitting everyone in those 30 minutes.
Do you guys have a problem with how everybody looks older than what they should be?
I did.
You know, like Will and Lisa and all them, they supposed to be like 16 turning 17, right?
Well, I gave
Lisa
up.
looked like a grown ass woman. She looked like a teacher.
Yeah, Lisa does. She's a fool. I just thought they were just going for that BBW, like full size woman, like just to not
Like she's supposed to
discriminate.
be 16, fam.
I know, but there's 16 old girls that look like Lisa.
Looking at-
That's just what I was
yes, they
thought.
do.
I just thought that's what they was going for.
Like,
I
even the
just thought
dude
this
that, even the dude that played Will, he doesn't look 16, fam. Come on. He look old as hell.
he could pass for 16. Man.
What?
Yeah, he can.
I bet you he in his, I haven't looked it up. They gotta be, I don't want to say 30. They not
Hey,
definitely
listen.
not 30, but they in they almost mid 20s. They 20 something.
There's this show on Netflix called My Block, and it's about a bunch of kids, right?
I love that show.
Those are like 25, 30-year-old people, but they're playing 15-year-old kids.
Where
So I'm numb to it now.
21
Like,
Jump Street shit.
like they're like they old as hell and they playing teenagers. So I never really thought about. You know what did cross my mind? Is randomly I saw a movie or a show Uncle Phil was in and he looked corny. But
I did see him in I seen him in like one of those like Tyler Perry shows or something. Like I seen him in something before.
And so I'm saying like all of these characters here, they look great. I love the suits. I love the look of them. But if you actually,
he's the only one that I've seen. I've seen the new Aunt Viv in something too though.
Yeah, something.
But other than that, those are the only two that I've seen before. I haven't seen Hillary in nothing, or like Will Carlton.
Will's mother, she was on a Tyler Perry show.
Yes, I have seen her. The one with the short hair. I have seen her before too. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, positions that you get put in can, lead you to greater pastures because, like I say, this whole cast looks great. But if you've seen them before, like imagine if Tyler Perry got a hold of Uncle Phil, like we might hate this dude because he had on a wig or some shit, and you know what I'm saying? It's like just imagine if Jeffrey. I'm just saying like they're all looking great.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as characters, sometimes they can just take you somewhere else by having you doing different things. But I just think this cast looks great.
Well, Will Smith is the executive producer, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so long as he's, has some sort of say on the project, I think it'll always look dope. Like it'll be good because it actually does look dope. Like just by the way they shoot it.
You know the Freeway on the first episode?
Right.
Freeway. Easy the Block Captain, who's a battle rapper, who is Rashad. Who was Rashad? He's a battle rapper. Yeah, I noticed all of them.
Yeah, that was dope.
It was a Philly tribute. Yeah, he's from Philly, and he did it right.
I think the dude that's playing him is originally from Philly too.
He's from Philly, yeah. He's from Philly as well.
Yep.
Right.
And he said he had a real life Uncle Phil, and he said all of that. He was on the Breakfast Club not too long ago.
Oh, for real? I didn't see that interview.
He had a real life Uncle Phil. And they only called him that because because he was from Philly or something. So he just called him Uncle Phil, but he was too young to put it together. It was just a magical thing.
So he was basically born for this role then.
Hey, yeah.
It's a lot. He got a lot of Will Smith mannerisms down.
Yes, he does.
Like you can tell that's what the character he's going for. Like
And I'm glad y'all can watch this to know that if it's a reboot, you want as close to the at least Will as you can get. I like that Uncle
Yeah, I don't
Phil.
have a
That's
problem with it.
oh, but people are killing. Oh, he thinks that's his job. Like he's the only
That's
one.
the character.
I think he's the only one that has to reenact Will Smith.
Yeah, don't nobody else, act like. Well, no, because the new Aunt Viv sound exactly like dark skinned Aunt Viv.
She does.
She got her like mannerisms and like the way that she speaks down and everything. She sounds exactly like her.
Oh yeah, and that's a difference too because the original Aunt Viv had her own thing. She was like a teacher, right? She was in the ballet.
Yeah,
she was doing whatever she
something
was.
like that. Yeah.
So
they basically turned her
College
to
professor.
like when light skinned Aunt Viv came, they basically turned her into like a stay at home mom and shit. Remember because they had Nikki. Remember that she got pregnant and had Nikki. They had another.
Yeah. So this whole thing of Ashley, and her gay rights and Aunt Viv, and it's like I get what they're trying to do. I just hate that whoever's in charge, like the executives, they try to push certain agendas. And even though this is a reboot and it's not the same exact thing, Aunt Viv never had these problems. But if it's the conversation that needs to happen,
I got something else too.
What's up?
Because I remember that storyline, she might end up being pregnant again.
Which is why her hormones is out of whack.
Like, no, I'm talking about just be pregnant, so it might, fuck up her doing her art again in season 2.
Which is going to be whose fault? Uncle Phil.
Well, she got pregnant, yeah.
By Uncle Phil.
Yeah, that's what
Better
I'm
not be
saying.
Reed.
She's going to hate that nigga again.
She's going to hate him again.
Because in the show, that's not what happened in the show, but like she got pregnant out of the blue and came Nikki.
There has to be a little Nikki coming.
Like Nikki might come up again.
Yep.
Same thing because that was towards like the end of the show.
Oh, okay. Hey, fellas, it's about that time, fellas.
Okay.
I got to get ready for the gig.
All right, Roland. Stay on, Roland. You get a song off, man.
Okay. Let's see if I can do that on this phone.
Nah, but you just gotta tell Flaw what to play and he'll play it. Like you don't have to send anything. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We'll check y'all out. Peace.